Service valet is available for 3 years or 36,000 miles with the purchase of a new Genesis. Visit genesisofbatonrouge.com today to explore our lineup and schedule your test drive. Luxury awaits. Genesis of Baton Rouge on Airline across from Women's Hospital.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, February 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 58. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap opening weekend of LSU baseball, and we'll talk men's and women's basketball as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Our number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
I don't know. For those that don't know, this is an AI-created intro song. So I love the initiative. I don't know if you can call it creativity, given that you just gave it off to our robot overlords. I don't even mind the lyrics.
I thought it was the same guy that did Matt's song.
I kind of hate the style of music.
I don't like the style either. I want to change it.
Oh, you can't just like drop this on me the first segment of a new week, Alondra. That's a lot. It's a lot to come out of nowhere to open up the Monday show with the new AI intro.
Expecting sabotage.
Yeah. I'm all thrown off right now.
I think she knew what she was doing.
Happy President's Day to all those who celebrate.
Oh. All right. Happy President's Day.
I had no idea either. So I was talking to somebody, I mentioned over the weekend, they didn't have work on Monday. And so when I walked in this morning, I saw nobody's here. That's Brandon. So like, what holiday is it? It says President's Day.
What holiday is it?
Which apparently President's Day is... Go to the Talk 107 poll and go vote on this. I think Brain's exactly right. I guess President's Day is the Monday in between Washington and Lincoln's birthday. And so it's arbitrary.
Yeah, it's not the same day every year.
And so Brain's point is...
It's been on Katie's birthday before.
So Brain's point is, why not do it the day after the Super Bowl? If it's arbitrary already?
That's a great point.
That's what I'm saying. It makes
That's
too much
why
sense.
his name is Brain.
And then nobody has to go to work. Well, you know, it's sports, so we'd be here for sure talking about the Super Bowl the next day. But for the vast majority, you would not have to go into work, and you could really enjoy the Super Bowl. Like, it just makes too much sense. Shout out Talk 107. Go vote in the poll. It's a great idea by our guy Brian Haldane.
Yeah. It is funny, the business that we're in. Like, we all work for the same company, but if you're on air or if you produce, it doesn't matter. Like, a lot of times you're going to be here. Now, we did start getting some holidays that we typically didn't.
Yeah.
But it's like hell or high water, hurricane, flood, doesn't matter. If you're on air, you're here. But if you're not on air in this business, it's like, oh, it's Flag Day. Nobody's here.
Yeah. Well, it's like, look, man, you know, there's broadcast crews that work Thanksgiving games, right? Or NBA Christmas games or NFL Christmas games. It's just it's the entertainment. It is the life that we lead and that we chose entertainment. Even though, you know, again,
I don't care. I'm just saying it is funny.
We kind of got it is you know, it is getting a little nicer. We got snow days recently. That was kind of cool. Generally, when I was at WWL, they'd had you sleeping up there because they're also like hardcore because it's like news, right? So they'd have you like they used to batten down the head to get the freaking hyped whenever a natural disaster was incoming. Not like really, but like, you know, kind of like, okay, everybody's good. All hands on deck. So, favorite president?
Ooh.
John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to go with the one I met, George W. Bush.
GW. There you go.
He's a good one.
I thought for sure you were going there.
Oh, this is easy.
I love George W. Bush.
Yeah.
Rutherford Hayes.
Yeah, great president.
I just picked the most random one I could think of, guys.
We figured.
Was it like Hayes? Who was the one that died because he gave a speech in the cold too long and then he got sick and he died? Because that guy's pretty dumb, but he's also pretty gritty.
Not really.
Fair, he literally spoke himself to death.
That is wild.
I'll say for JFK, Alondra, my favorite JFK story, and the audio will give you goosebumps, but there is audio back in the day during the Cuban Missile Crisis of all of the military commanders basically telling JFK to nuke Russia because once they discovered those bases, and that man said no. And that's insane. All of your military experts are telling you to basically start World War III, end the war, preemptive strike, and he said no. Pretty flirt with the end of the world there. That's pretty insane. So shout out JFK for sure.
It was Harrison.
It was Harrison that died from the from the speech.
It was his inauguration speech. He gave
I know.
like an
That's what
overly
I'm
long
saying.
one.
Yes, it was his literal inauguration of the cold rain. He sat out there forever, gave a super long speech. Oh, look at me, I'm hang gliding. Oh, I'm dead. What an idiot!
Yeah.
It was.
Look at me.
It was a
president.
2-hour speech in the cold rain, and he decided that he did not want to wear a hat or a coat. He wanted the traditional suit for his inauguration.
Hell yeah! Hey, too gritty to be pretty. Oh, I'm dead.
I guess.
Yeah.
JFK.
No, it is too gritty to be pretty. That's pretty good.
Too gritty to be Livy.
Yeah,
Right.
that too.
Reagan's a good one.
Taft. Love a big fat king, you know.
Teddy Roosevelt.
I mean,
The man's
Grover
so
Cleveland
fat
was
they had
too.
to make a custom bathtub for him.
Also,
Grover
Taft,
Cleveland wasn't a small fella.
No, he was not. Also,
Seventh
great
inning
name.
stretch, I believe, was Taft as well.
Really?
So do y'all know the story behind this?
No,
I
give
think
it
it's
to me.
Taft. It's one of the presidents, but Taft was a big fat guy, and he had to stand up during the game because the seats were too small. And back then, it was tradition like if the president stood out of respect, you stood too. So he did it during a baseball game. 7th inning stretch.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Nice.
All right.
I had no idea.
fella.
Is that apocryphal? That doesn't feel real, but it's a good
real
story
for
nonetheless.
sure.
So
I'm
I don't
making sure
care.
it's-
I'm not saying that story isn't bandied about. I don't care though. A lot of times with stories like that about whether or not they're real because the story is so good that functionally it does not matter.
Yeah, it's
it is
Taft.
real.
It says it was created in 1910. He stood up to stretch during the 7th inning. The crowd thought he was leaving, so they wanted to stand out of respect while he was leaving. But then he just sat right back down. So
You know what? I like President Obama. Come at me, okay? Come at me. All y'all, I know everybody's getting so angry, so triggered, so mad. I don't know. Oh, you're in your 20s. Whatever. Okay? I thought it was a pretty good time. Anyway, happy President's Day to all
I don't
those
think anybody. We went
who celebrate.
Democrat, Republican. We kind of covered a lot of ground there.
We did.
And you're right, Teddy. Teddy's like, if you want to read it like an adventure book, like a
Love
children's storybook, Teddy
Yeah.
would definitely be up there. My actual answer though, even though I did like Obama, but probably FDR, right? I mean, guy who guided the U.S. through World War II, sitting in those rooms in a wheelchair with Stalin and Churchill.
Yeah.
You
big three.
advancing America to the front. Insanity. Anyway, happy President's Day, guys. I hope everybody has a great President's Day, enjoys it. And what a weekend it was for us. We told you it was going to be a massive weekend going into it with all, a ton of different sports with really big matchups. And guys, LSU basically took down about 95% of them. I mean, gymnastics and baseball gets it started on Friday. I mean, we'll get into the baseball weekend in detail, obviously, as it was a perfect weekend, essentially. But so baseball gets started at 2 p.m. And then that night, 8 p.m., 1v2, gymnastics coming up huge. Scoring over 198, beating number 1 Oklahoma, breaking Oklahoma's winning streak over them, keeping their own home winning streaks alive. Remember, we talked to Jay Clark on Friday. He was a little bit like, whoa, don't jinx us. Said, nah, you're the champs for a reason. And they went and done and proved that. Chio was incredible, by the way. And then you get to Saturday. Oh, it's softball as well. I mean, softball has another perfect 5-0 weekend with multiple ranked wins. The LSU men's basketball team, even won a game.
Go.
Beating Oklahoma behind a sequence that will break down, but is one of the greatest sequences from Cam Carter. One of the greatest individual sequences you ever see. It's right up there with, it's like the college version of like Reggie Miller's, what was it, like 8 points in 8 seconds back in the day?
Yeah.
And then T-Mac had what, like 9 and 20 or something along those lines. I mean, Cam Carter, Oklahoma had that game won. And Cam Carter had a sequence in about 20 seconds that ends up lifting LSU to victory.
The broadcasters in that game were great. They're like, guys, LSU's about to win this game on a 7-0 Cam Carter run. They're like, it's Cam Carter. It was great.
Really? So, I mean, okay, so softball, baseball, gymnastics, men's basketball, really women's basketball, the only team that fell over the weekend as they do lose on the road. The Texas 65-58, a bit of a defensive battle.
And they certainly had moments in that game outside of the fourth quarter. It was kind of like the USC-UCLA women's basketball game from last week where USC just dominated the fourth quarter, gave Bruins their first loss of the season. It felt much like that game. And so, even though they do, come up short there on the road, shows you that you can go against anybody in the country. Texas is one of the hottest teams in the country. They got 3 top 10 wins now. Just beat South Carolina a couple days ago. So, I mean, this Texas team is really good. So to go on the road, put up that kind of effort, you're going to be in the thick of it. You're going to be right in it, and Coach Mulkey's going to come on the show, and she's not going to be happy that they lost, but I guarantee you she has something they can take from that game.
Oh, without a doubt. Coach is not overly bothered by regular season losses. I think she recognizes what the ultimate prize is and how these losses have to be used as learning lessons going forward. I had it on with varying degrees of being locked in, but I watched all of Alabama-Auburn. I think I fell asleep during a lot of it, but my God, the amount of whistles.
Yeah.
Damn near unwatchable. It was, every single time it felt like somebody touched the ball, whistle, free throw line, rinse and repeat, stoppage, review. College basketball's got to get that figured out. Whatever. All right, when we get back, we're going to break down Kellen Moore's opening. I'm just kidding, guys.
I was going to be like, hey, if you were going to start with baseball, I was going to be like, oh, but we had that one more Kellen Moore sound that we haven't played yet.
Yeah. No, we are going to break down the LSU baseball weekend in detail because, again, competition being what it was basically a perfect weekend within the context of who you played. And I'll explain what we mean next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Hey, guys, go to PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com. If you're in Baton Rouge or Lafayette and you need a new roof, go check out what Pelican can do for you. Winners of the Better Business Bureau Integrity Award. Remember, this is an award that is given out to one business, not one business per industry, but one business overall. How do you win it? Because you have great integrity. And that's how you approach your customers. That's how you approach every single job. And that's what they do at Pelican. And they have dedicated employees every single step along the way. That's all the way from answering phones to each and every project having dedicated project managers, okay? So you're never lost in sauce. You are assured a focus on your job that makes sure it's done quickly and correctly and at a great price with 0% APR finance or up to 21 months for those who qualify. Go to PelicanRoof.com today.
Yeah, go to the website. You'll see what we talk about every single day. One of the things we want to make sure we get out there is what they're doing in the community. That's in Lafayette. That's in Baton Rouge. Both offices right there in those cities. Go to the website today, PelicanRoof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yeah, tell AI to
Yeah.
gin up something like this.
AI
Not
can't
cardboard Morgan Wallen.
AI can't produce what
You
Ted
don't-
Nugent can.
That didn't sound like Morgan Wallen either, the
No,
AI
I really
stuff.
didn't.
Saw a funny reel. It doesn't matter. Let's
No,
get into
say it.
baseball. We'll get there later. No, it's about Morgan Wallen, and every song
Oh.
is just like a double entendre of like women and drinking.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no way you can just, you don't think anybody's going to catch on. Like, no way you can keep doing this.
Have you
and everybody's
listened to
gonna keep
country
listening.
music for the last 50 years?
Right.
True.
And I don't even mean that in a bad way. I like it.
I love it.
I
I want some more of it.
That's good.
Sorry.
T-Bob's
not
so
good.
lost.
No, I got it. Oh, more. I tried so hard. I can't rise above it.
Okay.
That's Tim McGraw ball.
Before we get ahead, we need to go ahead and get this thing started.
That's true, we do.
Uh-oh. Go ahead and ready.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor makes it easy to transfer top talent to your payroll quickly. How? Because we truly vet our employees. We build relationships with them. We don't just look at their job history. We get to know every employee during their in-person onboarding process every morning over a cup of coffee. We also have the shortest hiring terms in the industry at just 60 days. They do this because we understand the quality of employees that we have, and we want your business to succeed. Tiger Labor and Staffing, your staffing solutions experts. All right, let's look at baseball. And, okay, so I think the place to start, though, again, it's Purdue Fort Wayne. I understand that. But it was essentially a perfect weekend for LSU baseball. All the newcomers shined. Everywhere you thought you had depth, it looks like you still have a ton of depth. I mean, Ashton Larson doesn't even get to play in the first two games, and he goes 4 or 5 with 5 ribbies or it doesn't matter. Dominates on Sunday when he finally gets to play.
I think he only able to pinch hit maybe on Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He jumped in for Jake Brown on Saturday.
Yeah, doesn't start and then comes in and got a hit in the pinch hit, but then comes and dominates Sunday. And that's this team. And we talked about it, the depth that they have is they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure out where everybody lands, but the ride to get there is going to be fun.
So again, it's like you could start a million different places, but I'm going to start at the place that I was most insecure about, because to me, it is the story, and that's on the mound. And we talked about it on Friday. Yes, I know what the competition is going to be, but how will you look within the context of that competition? And over this weekend, this LSU baseball staff, through 27 innings, only gave up 2 runs on the entire weekend, only gave up 14 hits, the .67 ERA. But here's the stat, guys. 45 Ks to just 2 walks. 45 Ks, just 2 walks. Overall, as a staff, over 2/3 of the collective pitches were for strikes. The 45 Ks are the most in a 3-game series. Not an opening game series, the most in a 3-game series for LSU since 1992. And here's what really drives the point home is you didn't open with great competition last year. Same type deal. It was different teams, but still same type deal, lesser competition. To competition you should have dominated. Same deal in that we thought we had too many arms. You have too many great pitchers. Last year opening weekend, 37 Ks, 22 walks. You gave up 8 runs in game 1 against VMI. Remember, that was when we're all of a sudden like, Thatcher, is he? I don't know anymore. Winning that game with 11-8. Not the case this weekend. 37-22 last year, 45-2 this year. And the rhythm, every starter, great, really solid 5 innings. And then 3 bullpen guys would come in, combined for 4 scoreless. I mean, on Friday, it was Evan Mayers and Williams, 4 scoreless, 9 Ks, no walks. On Saturday, Ben Primo, Rizzi, 4 innings, 8 Ks, no walks. On Sunday, Fontenot, Schmidt, Newt, 4 scoreless, 7 Ks, no walks. So I guess you could say I'm pretty freaking excited because the thing that I was most worried about was perfect. And this looks like the staff that you maybe thought you had last year. Like this looks like the staff that is as dominant as it appeared to be on paper.
Yeah, and I love seeing Schmidt getting there yesterday, go 2 2/3. And this is somebody that we never even imagined that he would find his way to campus. Like, It was already like, gosh, that'd be cool, but we're not going to allow ourselves to even have that as part of our thought process because it's not going to happen. He is just he's too highly rated. He's going to go to the draft. And this is somebody that had a deep love, desire, passion to pitch in that stadium for that team wearing that jersey, and he decides to come to school. And look, the NIL portion of it changes that. Sure, absolutely. But, a lot of people in that position, they're still going to the draft. He did not. And so, it was good to see him get in there because we're all wondering, what's he going to be able to do as a freshman? Because even when you're that highly rated, it's a freshman. It doesn't matter what sport we're talking about, for the large majority of it. If you're a freshman, you're a freshman. But for him to come in, be as dominant as he was, so even outside of what you got from the 3 guys that started, all gave you 5 innings, that was exciting to see because that is somebody that, if that arm can be some lagniappe and it can just be somebody that you just kind of count on, you can pick and choose, decide when he goes into a game, doesn't have to have this defined role because he can just be this jack of every situation, jack of all trades. That's going to be a added bonus for you because not a lot of people have an arm like that can be just an added bonus.
Alondra, before we continue, you were out at the box over the weekend. Give me your biggest takeaways.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. I didn't watch too much of it Saturday, but Friday I did the game. And my standouts for the entire weekend, Chris Stanfield leading off. And that was somebody that I didn't really pay too much attention to, but he really stood out to me. He has a 400 batting average right now. And Daniel Dickinson and Kason Evans. Kason Evans was throwing some cheese out there. Yeah. And he is just a freshman. So with you with like the biggest insecurity was kind of the bullpen due to last year and like how we were super hyped up for it.
And the starters.
But yeah. And they had a great, I know it's Purdue Fort Wayne, but they had a good weekend. Like it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't really matter who the team is because if you start off hot like this, you have that confidence going into whenever like the conference play starts. So great start for the Tigers.
You should dominate lesser teams.
Yeah, you should.
Last year, you did not. And it was a red flag that later you would end up seeing why you did not. This year you did. And it was all the newcomers. There was Curiel, Dickinson, any of the freshmen. Like I still can't in my head keep track of who's freshman, who's transferred.
Yeah.
Like Stanfield, but like all the newcomers. I mean, I'm even trying to think back to the exact rhythm of the first inning on Friday because it was perfect. I mean, Anderson comes out. I think he gets 2 Ks in the first. He looks great. Yeah. Easy up, easy down. But then it was like Stanfield starts with a triple. And then it felt like everybody that you wanted to come up big was just did. And all of a sudden you're up 5-0. The balls roll. And like the rest of the weekend was the rest of the weekend. Maybe the closest that you got to anything resembling a wobble were some of the Ianson innings on Saturday. Tay-Tay?
I thought that's why I was the most impressed with him out of the 3 pitchers, and not because he was the most dominant, but you're not always going to go up there and strike out everybody. Like you mentioned, you're going to play better talent than Purdue Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
Multiple times in that game on Saturday, Anthony Ianson had multiple guys on base. What did he do? He struck out the side. He allowed no runs. Like that actually told me more than anything. Look, Shores was great. He gave up the early run and was able to come back from it. Kate Anderson was dominant. I get all that. But, like, his ability to battle. Because, like, what did we talk? You just talked about Thatcher Hurd a minute ago. Thatcher Hurd was great when nobody was on base. When somebody got on base, Thatcher Hurd collapsed. And a lot of pitchers collapsed. Anthony Ianson didn't. And it's early in the season. He's never pitched at a ballpark this big before in his life. Like, he did a really good job. I was actually blown away by Anthony Ianson.
5. So like Tay-Tay said, not really a clean inning. I don't think he had. Maybe he had 1 clean inning, but 4 hits, 1 run, 6 Ks, no walks, and that's again like the theme of the weekend: 6 Ks, no walks. So struggled a bit, but never gave up anything easy. Never gave up anything free. And you know one of my favorite parts about Jay Johnson is. Because as someone who never played baseball at a high level, I feel like a baseball layman. I'm just a fan. But Jay Johnson loves football metaphors. And in my dumb caveman mind, it just really clicks. And here's what he had to say about throwing strikes. He says, quote, "I talk football terms a lot, but strike zone management on both sides of the ball is like the line of scrimmage in football."
Really
and it's so true. I mean, it is so true. It controls the entire tempo. It just controls the game. And LSU, both, how many walks did they have on the weekend? Hold on, I have it somewhere in my notes here.
And that's why I don't like the pitch clock. That's all I'm going to say.
Why?
Because, like you said, it controls the tempo of the game. And if you want to slow it down, slow it down. If you want to, like, go quick, go quick. Like, I don't like the pitch clock.
I get it, but like football and basketball,
pitch clock is awesome.
Football and basketball, you can control the tempo, and you have a shot clock and a play clock.
That's fine. I don't like it.
Huh. Maybe I didn't write it down. I know LSU had, I think, over 20 walks over the weekend. 23, thank you. Yeah. So, the point is LSU offensively creating for themselves, controlling that line of scrimmage, and then defensively when they're on the mound as well, just putting a stranglehold on this game. And I know we haven't talked about the hitters much, but it's quite frankly because I don't exactly know where to start. Like I mentioned that, we thought we had a ton of outfield depth. Man, I'm using a lot of we's. You can see the real fan. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know. It's like, I guess because it's not football, I don't think as much analyst like. But we mentioned, you thought LSU had a lot of outfield talent and like too much to play. We mentioned Ashton Larson coming in. Finally get to play on Sunday. Goes 3 of 4, the home run, 5 RBI. And that home run was, even though awful camera shot. They missed it on the actual.
Did they?
Yeah, the TV broadcast. And you still can't even really see it in the replay. It's kind of depressing. The camera cuts real quick, and Ashton Larson's just walking. not jogging, just walking. Like, oh, damn, he smoked that thing. But, but then like Curiel had 4 hits, Stanfield 4 hits, Jake Brown had multiple hits, Pearson walks 4 times. Like, it's just crazy how good everything was over this weekend for LSU baseball. A+ weekend for Jay Johnson's crew.
Yeah. Also stole 5 bases, which I know doesn't sound like a ton, but LSU over the last couple of seasons, really, like I'm having a hard time, like, even thinking back to when they were dangerous on the base path. They've got the athletes to do it, and if they can add that, I know it's not something they're going to specialize in, but I would like to see them get on the move a little bit more. So for, the opening weekend to be 5 of 7 on stolen base attempts, I do think that's a portion of their game that they can add to it.
So to your point, Jake, Cokie Riley wrote about this. I want to say LSU got thrown out on the base pass 6 times. Ooh. Well, twice stealing, but 6 times overall with aggressive running. But it seems like that's something that they want to do. Here's what Jay Johnson had to say. He said, you can't do it both ways. Back to football. If you pass the ball 65 times a game, you're going to throw more interceptions. If you run the ball 60 times a game, which nobody does that anymore, right? You're going to fumble more often. Yep. How you score runs is really important. We need to be able to score runs whatever type of game that we're in, and so there's just a high bar. Remember, we talked to Jay last week, and he said last year's team, he knew they had power, but it was the toughest lineup that he's ever had to coach because they had to grind so hard to get to that power, to feature it, to take advantage of. They did not have other ways to score. So they are clearly putting an emphasis on learning to, in games where we got to go more small ball, where we have to create, where we got to engage in more aggressive base running. Like, let's get it. Let's practice it, and let's see what we got. I mean, everything that Jay Johnson does, everything that he does, nothing is filler. Nothing is thoughtless. Like, every single action is a piece of a larger puzzle that he has in his head.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, he's got a lot of players to be able to put into different places. And so next time we have him on, I'd love to kind of figure out what maybe the plan is and when he would like to maybe have something solidified as far as the rotation, because you've got some time obviously to play with that before you get to SEC play. And he's got, and that can change within the SEC play as well, but he's going to have some tough decisions. I think in a very, good way. He's got some tough decisions on who's going to slot everywhere, because as you look at this box score, I mean, there's names all over the place. That's not going to happen, once you get to SEC play. Probably not going to happen once you get to the first major tournament, but it is something that you're trying to figure out because you've got so many different pieces that can play so many different positions. And so, him, Jay, sitting there who sleeps like 2 hours a day barely anyways, is just probably mad scientist on the board trying to figure out where to piece everybody.
Yeah, full Charlie Kelly, beautiful mind, figuring it out. I mean, again, Evans, Mayers, Williams, Bean, Primo, Rizzi, Fontenot, Schmidt, Newt, combined for what? 12 scoreless. What is it? 24 Ks and no walks out of the pen. Let's go. Let's go.
Last thing I'll say for those in the chat, calling out the opponent, keep that same energy on August the 30th when LSU plays Clemson in football.
William, what do you mean?
Like saying they want a different opponent, a better opponent. Somebody said Lutcher High's better than them. Okay. Keep that same energy, though, when you're playing Clemson in Little Death Valley on August the 30th.
Again, I know,
Don't be saying we should be playing Northwestern State.
I kind of treat these first baseball series as a pseudo preseason, but obviously one that actually matters. But I mean, I think it's all about just how you approach it, right? With less games, you're still going to get 30 SEC games. Yes. You still got a ton to watch for. So it's like in football, you have less games, so. I don't necessarily like the whatever. I like Clemson, but I will say this.
No, I did too.
We had a whole segment coming up on Friday that we never got to about how I think Clemson could actually be maybe in my top 3 of national champion favorites for next year. But we'll get there. We can get there a bit later on. Okay, any more thoughts on LSU baseball before we move on? Anybody going once?
2 midweek games this week. So more baseball coming very, very soon. 2 in-state opponents. I believe you get Southern at home and you go to Thibodaux to take on Nichols, if I'm not mistaken. We've got 2 games right there in the middle of the week. So we'll get some more very
Tuesday,
soon.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Cool. Hell yeah, man. Again, and again, it's just about, look, you cannot control, if you're a player, you cannot control who you play. All you can control is how you play. And this team played damn near perfect over the weekend, and that is exciting. Like, I don't care. It's like we talked about here recently with a couple other topics. Wherever your baseline was for LSU baseball, I don't think there's any way that you emerge out of this weekend and you haven't become more excited than wherever that original baseline was. All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, let's get into some of the rest of the weekend. We got a little softball, we got a little gymnastics, got a little bit of everything here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is a great resource to start your car buying journey. Right there, you can the window pop up and you can search the inventory by make and model. You can search by price if budget is going to be your main guiding principle. You can search by keyword if it's like minivan, truck, whatever, something like that, right? This type of car that you want. Or you can just go see them off an airline, Goodwood, test drive whatever you want, get to know the human beings, boots to the ground, the sales team, because that's really what separates All-Star, the customer service, and the fact that they're going to find the right answer for you and your family. So go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember you can rent any vehicle that they offer. And so if you got a trip coming up from Mardi Gras, going to be out maybe for the entire week from school, go ahead and rent a Toyota, something bigger, something better on gas mileage, whatever you need. You're going to find it over at All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Leaves are falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged. Such a pleasant stay.
Taylor, this makes me want to put acid in your Monster and just watch the fallout.
How do you know he doesn't already have some in there?
Yeah, I mean,
I would be shocked.
There's not going to be much fallout, dude. We're good.
I would be truly shocked.
Yeah, I would too.
Just kidding, guys. You should never dose someone. That's awful. Me too.
Don't have an energy drink this morning.
Oh.
What are you, just raw dogging it?
You okay?
I mean, I have a water.
Yeah, you okay?
But is it water?
Yeah, no, water is water. It's just water.
Wait. So no caffeine?
Nope.
You just feeling alive on this President's
Dude,
Day? Jeez.
He woke up, Ronald Reagan!
I did. I didn't know it was president.
They say he sleeps with a Reagan poster above his bed every night he goes to sleep.
It's
Won't let Victoria take it down.
It's Baker, but I take it down after football season.
And then it goes back to
underneath.
Reagan. Yeah,
Reagan's a painting, and then Baker's the poster over
as
their
he,
football.
yeah, as he should be. As he should be.
So why? Why no energy drink today, though?
Well, I normally just get it at the gas station when I'm pumping gas. I had 3/4 of a tank, and I was like, I'm not tired enough to stop and go out of my way just to get an energy drink. I was like, I'm good this morning.
So are you the point, though, well, you have caffeine withdrawals? Because I do that on the weekend sometimes. I don't get coffee in the morning just because I'm at home chilling.
No,
and I'll get a headache at 10 a.m. and I'm like, oh, this is sad, but I need caffeine to knock this
hard
headache
as this is to believe, T-Bob, I'm normally pretty high energy. So
No, I know. I'm talking about that you do drink an energy drink normally,
Yeah.
so your body isn't physiologically dependent on it.
I'm good today.
Hey, he's got his ish kickers on today, too, Bull.
I do.
Oh,
What are ish kickers?
Oh, man. Well, I can't say the word.
Okay. I wore boots. I wore
Those
church yesterday.
Those are like boots, Bo.
I wore a Canadian tuxedo and boots to church yesterday.
I love a Canadian tuxedo.
Even though I shouldn't have, because Canada's our little brother. Let's go, dude. Team USA. We'll get to that later.
Oh, I'm going to get there later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had something.
Be careful
for
before
this.
you boot.
But we could
You know what else is awesome? LSU Gymnastics. Friday night in the PMAC packed house, absolutely electric environment. ESPN 2 on a Friday primetime. Are you kidding me? 8 p.m. We talked to Jay Clark on Friday. We talking about all the streaks of when there's 15,000 there, they won 6 in a row, blah blah blah, all this sort of stuff. The one thing they hadn't done was beat Oklahoma. He even talked about Oklahoma taking themselves out of it last season.
Lost to him earlier this year.
It's you know what? It's not unlike the LSU South Carolina relationship in women's basketball, where yes, LSU got the natty, but the South Carolina kind of taking themselves out of it there, losing to Iowa. LSU still hasn't gotten over that hump in women's basketball, though. Jay Clark and the gymnastics team getting it done Friday night. And even though they were down 3/4 points going into that final rotation, Kaylin Chio, Sierra Ballard find a way. And they ended up taking it out. And really, that is the story here, guys. It is a team sport and full of great team effort, but it is impossible to emerge out of Friday and not be talking about Kaylin Chio, the freshman. Remember, Jay told us about her on Friday. It's almost damn near unlike anything he's ever seen. Taking home multiple SEC Freshman of the Week honors already. And check out this. So once again on Friday, she finishes as the top all-around gymnast in the meet. Now, this is a meet that features obviously Aaliyah Finnegan, who was literally in the 2024 Olympics and won a national title on floor. I can't remember. And then 3 of the top 4 all-around gymnasts in the country coming into this were all in Oklahoma. And yet it was a true freshman who ends up with a 39.725. And that score means nothing to you. It means nothing to me, right? I don't, what does that mean, T-Bob? Here's what it means. Only 2 gymnasts in the country have higher all-around scores this year, and they're both seniors on top 10 teams. You know Haley Bryant, Heisman winner, the Joe Burrow of gymnastics? She never achieved a score that high all around to the end of her sophomore year. So you have a true freshman doing this. That's the context there. Jay said she was a killer, and he wasn't lying. I mean, in that stage against that team to do that, take a bow, Chio. That's awesome.
Yeah, one of the biggest venues as far as gymnastics that you're going to be in, your home crowd, so it's electric, and then you're going against the team in Oklahoma. It's kind of the standard of college gymnastics, a team that you've already been defeated by earlier in the year and all the things that we know about them. And then you're right, like on the other side, I know, and like Jay said, you're not technically like going against them. It's all about you, but also it's human nature to be eye hustling some of the best gymnasts in the world. You're like over there, like looking at them, right? And you're like, oh man, I know who that is. I've heard of her. Like, and so that kind of gets into your mental makeup as well. So to be able to handle that as a freshman, and it's what we like when we talk with these coaches that are, or multiple sports that are counting on freshmen. I always ask them the question, like, how do you know? How do you know when they're ready to go? Because it's going to be different for everyone. And he did not hesitate saying, she's ready. She is no longer a freshman.
Yeah. It's just amazing, man. I can't imagine being 18 years old. And again, like Jake's talking about, going against the stars of your sport and just facing them down with no fear. And then putting up the third highest all-around score in the entire country to help your team beat the number one team in the country. And now you control your destiny. In terms of an SEC regular season title, you have the tiebreaker, Oklahoma. Sure, you're probably going to face them again in the tournament, both conference and nationally. But in terms of taking home that regular season title, you will now have the tiebreak if you take care of business every single Friday. Again, guys, too, man, you want to talk about FOMO? That environment. If you've never been to a gymnastics meet, I mean, good luck and tickets, I guess. But just one of the top tier sporting experiences. And what a gym, what a fun advantage for us to be able to have that in our backyard to go to on a Friday night and have a great time. And that's not even getting into, again, like the berm or the box. Like, I think I'm going to the berm this Friday afternoon, dude. A little 3 p.m. Beers on the berm. Sounds good to me. All right. When we get back, let's go ahead and close out hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Children's Research Hospital.
Set sail on February 22nd at noon as colorful boats dressed for Mardi Gras cruise the Amite River.
Registration is at Manny's Bar in Maurepas.
Friday, February 21st at 6 p.m.
Secure your spot for just $35 a boat.
Stick around after the parade for the live auction at Manny's for more Mardi Gras fun.
It's brought to you by Louisiana Friends Against Childhood Cancer.
Jake and James of Trash Rangers. Do you need one more reason to switch your residential trash pickup? How about $13.95 a month for the first few months? Go to trashrangers.com and make the switch today.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
I don't. I mean, I probably played more Guitar Hero, but I don't have any. I don't have any like love for one over the other.
This song was on one of the.
Oh, I
others.
don't remember. I don't remember.
It was Rock Band.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it probably Rock Band was actually a little more fun than Guitar Hero in the end because everybody could play together.
I mean, yeah, we had a whole band and we'd set it up and we'd go on world tour.
I never got into the drumming, but like I know a couple people that really learned how to drum off a Rock Band. Also, very funny to me, and something that can only be experienced with age, is at the time when those things were at their peak, do you remember how ubiquitous those plastic instruments were? Like, they were everywhere. Everybody had them. You were throwing them out by the handful. Like, they were filling up landfills everywhere. Now, if you want to buy one, it's, like, really expensive.
Oh, yeah. Like, during COVID, if you wanted to get a Rock Band set, it was
That's what I'm saying.
$800.
And they used to be, you couldn't give them away.
Yeah.
Back in the day. It's funny. I'll never forget my boy Alex Russian hanging the microphone in WCA, hanging the microphone down from the light and playing guitar and singing at the same time. It's pretty awesome.
My sister-in-law, we had the band. She did the same thing. She was on the drums with the microphone
Hell yeah.
hanging. Yeah.
Oh, man. The drum singer. A rare combination. I wonder who the most famous drum lead vocalist would
Joe
be.
Walsh.
It was he. I don't know enough. Was he?
Foo Fighters has a pretty good one.
Yeah, Foo Fighters.
But was he
I
lead
guess
vocalist when he was
yeah.
on
I know,
the
but
drums?
I'm saying,
By the way, Posty.
I mean,
Posty, weekend winner for his Nirvana cover.
Yeah, he's
Thought it was
done them
great.
before.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They're
I
really
went in a
good.
little bit of a hole on it.
Yeah, he's great.
So it must have been opposite day on the hard court this weekend as the men win and the women lose. LSU. Okay, do you see the sequence there, Tay-Tay? It's in 7:30. It's underneath the sequence. Pull that up. Get that video ready to play with sound. But LSU down 13 in the second half, down 5 with 20 seconds left, and that is when Cam Carter completely takes over this game and rips out the Oklahoma Sooners' hearts. That you can listen to, then we can get into it. But here is Cam Carter absolutely tearing out the hearts of the Oklahoma Sooners.
Can they close it out? Carter, step back, 3. Oh, he puts it in, and the foul. Whoa! Carter can get it back to a 1-point game. LSU, you got to try for the steal here. And then when do you foul? How quickly? Moore nearly gave it away. Gibbons has it. 14 seconds. Matt McMahon could call one instead. He says, get out of Carter's way.
Oh, no.
Carter got it! And a foul! Cam Carter, takeover mode in the final half minute.
Oh, my God, dude. So that was 7 of the 8. The 8-0 run that Cam Carter alone would end that game on. propelling LSU to breaking their losing streak, getting a big win. Really, 29 points of the day for him. He was incredible. But, man, what a sequence. This is an all-time good sequence there.
You won't see that many times. Like that's not going to happen where you score like that and get the steal and then you drive to the bucket. I mean, and one there at the end after you get fouled on the three as well. And, man, I'm not saying anything y'all don't know. LSU needed that. They needed some life. They needed some positive energy. And, look, the season is what it is. I know you're 2-10 in SEC play, but at least they're not giving up. And Oklahoma's not great. We know that as well. And so we know you're probably going to say some things like that. But it is good to see LSU continue to fight. The Ole Miss game, after that one, just rips your heart out. It's like, how do you find a way? How can you bounce back? Is that going to be the last time that you're competitive in an SEC game and they find a way? So I know what the season is, but still going to be, that was a lot of fun to watch him in that performance.
Look, misery loves company. And I took a lot of pleasure watching all the Oklahoma people I follow on Twitter absolutely melt down and call for the firing of their coach. Just because I don't even know anything about him. I still love it.
Yeah.
Moser, he took that mid-major to the Final Four.
I don't care. LSU women fall to Texas 65-58. It's tough because the defense, man, the defensive battle on both sides, but LSU holding Texas just 20% shooting over the first two quarters. They had a lead, and then Texas just slowly but surely took over. And as Jake said, the fourth quarter just went the Longhorns' way. So, congratulations, Alondra. Hope you're happy. I'm just kidding, guys. She's an LSU fan first. I'm just kidding, guys. Everybody relax. Coming up next here on OTB to kick off hour number 2, let's talk a little football. It's been a very interesting position change as well as a potential major recruit coming the Tigers' way. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Need service now? Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you same-day appointments for service, and we offer pickup and delivery of your vehicle from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. If you need sales and service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Next to French Market Bistro, south of I-10. At Lewis Mechanical, no plumbing job's too big or too small, and we have the best technicians around. Lewis Mechanical specializes in both commercial and residential plumbing repairs.
Lewis Mechanical, keeping plumbing humming.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, February 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 58. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk some LSU football, and we'll discuss LSU women's basketball as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What happening, y'all? Welcome in. Hour number 2 of OTB. I don't know why Chad is talking about alcohol enemas. It was a very weird thing to read when I opened up the chat for the first time. In a minute, Saints Talk entire hour 2. Yes, we got a lot to break down as Kellen Moore has interviewed people. 3? I thought it was 3 D coordinator candidates. 2 D coordinator candidates?
Human beings.
Who do you interview?
Brandon Staley.
Okay.
And then I can't remember the other DB coach from somewhere.
Durante got an interview, right?
Durante Jones?
Maybe it was Durante Jones.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Durante Jones. I feel like was better here than he gets credit for. He was better here than he gets credit for.
I like Durante a lot.
Coach O did not do him any favors at the beginning, and when he finally let Jones do his thing.
Oh, that Alabama game.
I mean, you remember it. I mean, he was great.
Wait, did we say Christian Parker?
Yeah, that's the one I was just trying to
That
figure
sounds like a fake name. I've never heard of him.
Eagles DB's coach, Christian Parker.
Okay, guys.
Never
relax.
heard of
I didn't know you were
Eagles.
I know y'all were
Eagles
such big Christian
DB,
Parkers.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
it's
sorry,
right.
I don't know the Eagles position coaches.
It's just right in front of us.
I'm just saying.
And they did meet with Durante Jones.
You
as
don't know
well.
ball?
I'd be good too if I had Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell. You know, I'd be a great DB's coach. I'd
You
say,
didn't
hey
know
guys,
that he
look,
used to be the DB
drop your
coach?
hips and lock them up. Okay, and there you go. That's
You didn't
it.
know he used to be the DB coach and the quality control coach at the Broncos?
Are you
And
on
before that-
Wikipedia or a team
No,
bio right now?
I'm on my brain.
Okay, yeah.
He was the defensive
I'm on my
analyst
brain.
at
Good
Texas
rebuttal.
A&M. He was at A&M. You didn't know that?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
all she knows. A&M.
You would.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, you would know that.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
known A&M lover.
Exactly. Durante
Which-
Jones was awesome.
I forgot to say this when y'all were interrogating me about my loyalty or whatever,
Uh-oh.
but
Here we
I'm
go.
actively rooting against Texas baseball this year because of Schlossnagel. I
Oh,
don't like
that's
it.
true.
I hate it. And
I will forever
really
call him
wanted-
Schloss Snakel.
Yeah, I really wanted them to get off to a bad start this week, and unfortunately, they took 2 of 3.
I mean, 2 or 3. Who'd they? Why'd they lose? Who'd they play?
beat Oklahoma.
Louisville.
Did they beat Oklahoma State?
They beat
last
Oklahoma
night?
State.
Oh crap! So they played like good teams.
They beat Ole Miss 10-0, and then they lost to Louisville though.
Yeah.
So
Louisville.
All right, I'm missing
Louisville.
something. Fill me
Louisville.
in on the Schloss Snakel. What's the deal?
Because he pulled the most snaky belly on the ground move ever.
Yeah.
Yes, but y'all are acting like that's bad news. Screw A&M. That's hilarious.
Yes,
Yes,
but I can
also
still
don't want
empathize.
this coach to be successful.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, like it's such a greasy. It's not the move itself; it's how he handled it.
Right.
It's yelling at the student reporter. It's all that stuff. It's not. Again, it's not the move itself; it's how he handled it. But yeah, it's such a greasy move that I just don't want him to be successful. I actually don't really care about Texas baseball. Other than that, I always want Texas to lose because whatever.
Yeah.
But like I have no real animus towards Texas baseball. I think
I just
Snake will
don't
pull a greasy move.
I just don't want somebody like that to be successful.
And again, it's not about exactly. It's not about A&M. Like I agree with you. It is funny that
I just like anytime A&M's like, guys, like we're A&M, we're the elite, and their coach always leaves them for the prettier girl.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's just hilarious.
Even though the players, how did A&M do this week? Because the players were all very excited on that new coach that they had. They were all super pumped. The assistant.
They swept, but they swept Elon. So if we're gonna do
Must?
like the whole
Bad joke.
if we're gonna do the whole like LSU, who cares? They played Purdue Fort Wayne. I mean, they played Elon.
Also, like, that's fine that they were all excited. What do you want the players to say? Be like, guys, we lost Schloss Nagel. Listen, you guys sucks. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like,
no, but I've done enough interviews and heard enough where it's like, I can tell, like, when people maybe used to ask me and you would not necessarily give your honest thoughts. You give your kind of, run of the mill, oh, he's great, this, that, whatever. Like, I feel like I can read when it's sincere. And when it's just we are going through the motions of what we know we are supposed to say. And players, coaches don't always work out. I'm not saying this like 100% good, but I do think the A&M players were legitimately. It was like, remember when Marcus Freeman was hired at Notre Dame?
Yeah.
And all the players are super, super hyped. We were like, can he do it? Can he not? Well, that's worked out well. I think it was kind of a similar feeling hire when it was made, even though I don't remember the A&M guy's name.
Michael something, I forget too, yeah.
Oh, what? You're the Philadelphia DB coach you had? No, that okay.
No, I didn't have that one.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Christian Parker, by the way.
Christian Parker. Yes. Christian Parker. That sounds
formerly
like, again,
at the Denver
fake
Broncos.
Name.
Yeah.
Major fake name energy. I do agree with Nookie. The one good thing about Schloss Nagel's move was it did kind of take away a lot of the headlines from Tennessee's Natty.
Exactly. Yeah. Guys, he spurns A&M and takes away the shine from Tennessee. Like, this is excellent.
That's true.
Who also had a really good weekend.
At a time when SEC football is struggling, is the SEC about to have the best basketball conference ever and maybe the best baseball conference ever? Yeah.
There's word on the street is LSU could get on. Not LSU. They're not getting in the tournament. The SEC could have 10 teams in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I thought I read maybe 13 or something insane.
Well, I mean,
or no, maybe not. What did I read? 13? I can't remember.
With Oklahoma, Ole Miss, LSU falling off.
That's true.
That's probably not going to happen. But yeah, 10 teams.
Shout out to LSU softball. We didn't mention them. Another 5-0 weekend for LSU softball with just a plethora of ranked wins. So they beat UT Arlington 6-0 on Friday. Then later that night, Friday, number 22 Northwestern falls 7-1. They open again with Northwestern on Saturday with an 8-0 5-run game. Doubleheader on Saturday. They beat number 17 Virginia Tech 7-2. And then they close out the series beating Virginia Tech 7-4. 4 ranked wins. Third season in a row, Tarina's squad has started 10-0. Great job. Yeah. And guess what? They got another tournament coming up this weekend.
And that is Chicago Northwestern, not the one in Natchitoches.
Sorry,
no shade to the Demons, but that's number 22 in the country.
Yeah.
Northwestern that came down, and LSU beats them, not even close. I mean, 7-1, and then 8-0 in 5 innings. And this is something that we've become accustomed to, is just Beth Tarina and this team early in the year challenging themselves and playing all these ranked teams. And then, like you mentioned, I mean, you get 4 ranked wins in a row. I don't know how many times that's happened. I mean, 4 straight ranked wins. And so now you're going to challenge yourself again, going to have another tournament, the Invitational. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you go out west again. I believe so, right, Tete?
Yeah, you go to, I'm looking at it right now. So this weekend, Penn State, Southern Miss, and Nichols are coming to town for the LSU Invitational. Then you got the Judy Garmin Classic. Of course, Judy Garmin, creator of the Garmin GPS. And you're going to find your directions out there to Fullerton You got UCLA, Cal State Fullerton, Utah, Notre Dame, maybe actually Notre Dame's in.
Notre Dame's in Fullerton.
Yeah. Notre
and Weber State.
Good God, how many games are they playing on? Oh, it starts on Thursday. I thought there was like 4 games in one day. Notre Dame and Weber State. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Also, I have no idea who Judy Garland is. I apologize.
I thought you were trying to say Judy Garland, the old actress. I was
No.
like,
Yeah.
I just thought he was saying it wrong.
It's a Judy Garland classic.
She was
Judy?
a coach.
She's a classic. He was just a coach. That makes sense. Not the inventor of the Garmin GPS.
No.
Okay.
UCLA is
Could have been.
number 4 in the country. So, just another test for.
Ooh, and that's who you
Tigers.
open with Thursday at 2? Okay. It's a little bit away, though. You still got the Tiger Classic next week to take care of. All right. This has been a very ADD segment. I apologize because we were supposed to talk football here. When we get back, we can lock it in as, again, like I said, a very interesting position change ahead of spring. Reclassified 5-star that could maybe end up as a part of LSU's haul. And maybe we get into some of that Clemson talk I was getting into. Let's keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Okay, guys. If you need any plumbing help, any problems whatsoever, 24/7 emergency service, licensed, bond insured employees, flat rate pricing, great warranty. Bang! Bang! Got you. Now, what about a bathroom remodel? Maybe something like a tankless water heater, some sort of upgrade. Again, Central Plumbing is your answer and has been for half a century, guys. Half a century. So trust the company that has not just stood the test of time, but grown over time. Centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Go to the website today, like T-Bob said. Check out that remodel game. That's at your home or your business if you're looking for something new. Bang. Who said that? That
Kevin Harlan, right? Isn't that Harlan?
Maybe that is.
Bang!
I feel like Emerald did it as well. Central
Oh,
Plumbing
yeah, he did.
Yeah,
no, it was Bam.
Bam.
Bam! Mike Breen is Bang.
Okay. Well, Central Plumbing will say all that while they fix your toilet. 225-925-8552.
Extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet.
You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna say yeah.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Speaking of ball slams, Lonzo's talking about working on the block, doing a bunch of ball slams this weekend.
100.
I want to give you every inch of my love, which is a lot because I got a big heart. I got a massive, thick heart that is just ready to take on the world. Okay, Tay-Tay, I want to give it all to you.
Way down inside.
Just accept it.
I'll take it.
Open yourself up to me and let me inside and let us become one.
You and your girthy heart.
In friendship and love and brotherhood. Also, as Chad has pointed out, DDP was bang.
Drakus?
Bang! Bang! No, Diamond Dallas. Bang!
Oh, I thought you were talking basketball reference.
Mm-mm. No, we're talking about DDP, Bo.
Who actually invented Garmin?
Dr. Min Cow and Gary Burrell, but it makes sense. Gary Min Garmin.
There you go. Good job, Tay-Tay. Good research. I'm actually proud of you for once.
I was proud, and then I just walked to the restroom and saw Dallas Cowboy Cup on his desk. I'm like, loser.
So that's actually not mine. It's been there for a year. Y'all remember Casey Gaines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Casey Gaines grabbed it for me because he was at a concert in Dallas. He thought it was funny because if you go look at the front of it, Dak Prescott's on it.
So it is yours.
So it is yours.
I mean, it's actually literally yours.
Yes.
You had it and used it for a year.
Just
Just because somebody originally gave it to you doesn't mean that it's not yours.
Have I used it? No. Have I taken it home?
You are in ownership of it.
You're right. It is taking up dust behind my computer.
Somebody
yes.
gave it to me.
I saw Zeke Elliott staring at me. It's yours.
Isn't DDP a minister now? I'm thinking of Jake the Snake Roberts.
That's Jake Snake, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure DDP ended up making a lot of money through yoga.
He did.
He had the DDP yoga for help and recovery and whatnot that ended up getting pretty massive. So
Scott Hall, I know he's passed away since, but he couldn't walk. I think he was.
Oh, really?
And then he did the DDP yoga and changed his life. Yeah.
What?
DDP yoga, downward dog pose.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. What are you talking? Shut off his mic. Shut off.
We were good with the Garmin.
What are you talking about? I just gave you credit, Taylor. Now you pull that crap.
I forget where we went to.
Literally the letters.
One year we went to some mountains in the Georgia, Tennessee line or somewhere, but wherever we were, the sign was "Welcome to wherever, home of Jake the Snake Roberts."
Hell yeah, rep what you got, dude.
Yeah, heck yeah, he's got his own. The only other person I know that has that, Benny Logan. When you go to Coshada, Louisiana,
oh no way,
home of Benny Logan.
Shout out Smoke.
Yeah.
Having a sign in Coshada is big. That's cool.
Yeah.
Avram Mazrani is one of our main wrestler correspondents in the chat, and he says DDP Yoga saved Butterbean's life. That sounds like a Mad Lib.
Oh, Butterbean.
But shout out to Butterbean, man. Hope you're doing well.
Butterbean.
All right, let's talk a little LSU here because about a week ago, spring rosters were released, and there was a position change that is highly perplexing. And we've said on it, we've thought about it, we've bandied about it in the hallways of Guarantee, and I cannot really understand the idea behind it. But Jawan Johnson is listed as a quarterback on the spring roster. Now, Tay-Tay, help me out here. Give me the full Jawan Johnson positional journey up to this point.
Yeah, so when he came to LSU, if you remember on signing day, Kelly was like, hey, he's probably the most versatile player. He might be the best athlete in this class because he won state championship as a quarterback and corner. He played both ways in high school. He was great at both. He was second-string star last fall, right behind Major Burns, and he was making plays.
During camp.
During fall camp. He was second-string star with that second-group defense right behind Major Burns, and he looked really good out there. I mean, he didn't look like a true freshman out there. He wasn't making the mistakes. I mean, he was locking people up. And then if you remember, when John Emery got hurt against USC, they had to move Jawan Johnson to running back. Played for 2 games, did some nice things.
He scored a touchdown his first game.
Yeah, but you didn't really see him again after like 2 games. And then the word was they had kind of moved him back to DB. Now I guess he's a quarterback, and I don't like it at all.
Well, I don't like it for him because I don't understand what the future is. I mean, obviously you have a very talented athlete, one of the most talented pure athletes on the entire team. And like you said, you would think that with a guy like that, you can find a role for him. In fact, I thought maybe it would just continue to be running back. Now, maybe that's a sign of how good they think Harlan Berry, JT Lindsay are going to be added to mix with Caden Durham. But like, even, I mean, again, like you said, he's playing star last year, and it seems like it was going well. Like, what is the role at quarterback? And you can say, oh, well, T-Bob, maybe it's like a sub package, right? Like off. Okay, well, 2 things. Do you want to take Garrett Nussmeier off the field? It's the same thing as when Taysom was coming up in the Drew Brees era, and it's like, do you really want to lose Brees snaps? In that same way, do you want to lose Nuss snaps? And then if it is just a sub package, does that really require a full positional change? Like, can't you just work on that while he is still training at a more traditional position? I mean, Jake, I don't know. Maybe you can see more of the idea behind this, but I cannot.
I mean, I kind of see it like you're talking about, and it being something where they use it as a certain package and they have a certain amount of plays. And I can say that running back position is something that you can learn while trying to do something else. There's not a lot at the college level as far as what the running back has to learn. It's not like professional football where you have all these crazy protections and different run schemes. I mean, the running back position in college, for the most part, you're only going to run a handful of runs. Like, that's what made like Arizona State so unique last year. Everything was up. Well, that's not the case in a lot of places. And so you can kind of do both, and maybe they just wanted to put the quarterback label on him. Don't know why. Like, I can see him being the Wildcat quarterback. This is somebody that, you know, to his credit, I remember watching the state championship game in 22 where he just went off on St. Thomas More. He broke Brock Berlin's Louisiana record for total offense. Never thought that would ever be broken. He broke Nick Brissett's Louisiana record for total touchdowns. I mean, so he broke major records. I mean, Brock Berlin had every record possible. So when you break his record, that means something to me. And so he's got a very unique skill set at the quarterback position. What are you going to get out of it? I don't know. And I'm like you, like, be careful taking one of the best players in the country off the field. But if you want to have something for short yardage, for red zone, where LSU did struggle in the run game a year ago, then you know you do have somebody who is a dynamic playmaker. T. You can run read option, and does he have the ability, a la Taysom Hill,
I was going to say, so it's kind of sounding like
air, where it's not just as a runner.
So maybe not as maybe not enough of an arm to be a true traditional every down quarterback, but given his quarterbacking background, enough where the defense would have to respect it, and if they do not respect it, then he can make them pay.
I mean, his last 2 years of high school, he threw for almost 8,000 yards.
Is he good enough to play traditional quarterback then? I mean, I've never seen him throw the ball, really. I didn't watch him in high school. Like, are we overthinking this? Is this a move where they just think that he adds to that room? I mean, it's tough with Van Buren there, and of course Colin Hurley recovered. Maybe is it just a depth thing because Colin Hurley remains in recovery in Jacksonville?
There's for sure some depth issues there.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got a really good preferred walk-on who had scholarship offers, and that's great. But behind now your 2 quarterbacks with Hurley's situation still up in the air, that doesn't leave you a lot. That room's pretty thin.
True.
And so you have a player. Again, that's why I kind of mentioned the running back stuff, because he can still do that and be in the quarterback room.
Okay. That's true. I forgot. I mean, I guess that is probably we've arrived at the most obvious thing, which would be depth. But I just hope for Jawan Johnson's sake that they give him a chance to actually have a role, because otherwise, if it's just you're either going to play at like traditional quarterback or you're not, then he has to transfer. It'd be really tough. And you want to be a team player. You want to do everything that you can. And he's done that, right? He went from spending all of camp at Star, and then like, hey, actually, want you at running back, and then like, sure. Now, granted, they gave him some opportunity, an early touchdown, which had to feel good, had to help, but yeah, for him individually, this is a tough switch to make in terms of like, where's my career going? Where does my eventual future here in the program lie? And I hope that it makes, I hope that it works out for him over spring ball. Who knows? So it's probably just depth, but the Taysom Hill analogy is interesting in terms of a unique piece that you could use in a similar fashion.
Certainly he played as a true freshman.
Yeah.
There's something that they see they like.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when you put him in at the running back position, think of the players that you were taking off the field this year, including another, freshman All-American type in Durham. So there's something they like there. There's a skill set. You have depth issues at quarterback. You're pretty good at running back right now. He can learn running back while also being in the quarterback room, and maybe he gives you, a dynamic that you're looking for.
So certainly an interesting storyline to watch as spring ball prepares to get underway. I want to remind y'all to get your next project underway. If you want drapery, shades, shutters, drop down exterior shading, or if you want to be grilling, chill in the backyard, Jake got something put in his house. You go to K to Z Window Coverings, KTOZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com, where Brandon Barton's going to bring all 20 years of experience to bear, guys. He has built this company up from the ground up, right? Pounding the pavement, sweat-equity. But what that means is he has the 10,000 hours required to be an expert, and you get to take advantage of said hours with a free estimate and a free kind of where he comes into your home, sees exactly how sunlight interacts with your home, and then lays out all your options, right? Functionally, aesthetically, affordably. So I don't care if it's a home of your dreams, new home, whatever the case would be, we have answers for you. Go to K to Z Window Coverings, KTOZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. The other LSU story in the mix right now is one that I cannot help but be tickled by, and it's because the player's name is just objectively funny to somebody with as sophomore of a mind as myself. In fact, it was almost tailor-made for me. 5-star wide receiver Booby Feaster has reclassified from 2027 to 2026. That's right. Many have said, wait, isn't that Quad Bob's name? And you would have been right for a long time now. Unfortunately, he has passed feasting on said boobs. But do we ever really get over it? I don't know. Booby obviously didn't, because he's out here just dominating football. But right now, LSU, so this guy is highly recruited. This is a cat that Texas A&M offered when he was in junior high. In fact, all the 4 finalists on his list, LSU, USC, Texas, and Texas A&M, he's from DeSoto. The 4 finalists all offered him halfway through his freshman year. Okay, so he is someone who, and now he's reclassifying earlier. So he is someone who really burst onto the scene. He's locked in a visit to the Tigers. I think he's going to visit all said schools. And while it's thought that Texas, it's going to be hard to get him out of the state, he does reference LSU as being wide receiver U. And looking at all the NFL talent they created. And, I mean, for me personally, I don't get really married to individual recruits, but I would love to be able to celebrate Booby Feaster.
I believe his real name's Ethan, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
Which is
Booby's a nickname. Yeah.
way
To go
less
from
cooler.
Ethan to Booby?
Yeah. If you're calling yourself Booby Feaster, I ain't calling you Ethan.
No.
Ain't no chance. I might call you Booty Feaster.
If you don't play well, you're saying?
Well, I wouldn't even think about that, but that'd be mean if he was on the team that I was cheering for. But definitely if he goes to like Texas and is good, I'll call him Booty Feaster for sure.
Which actually works as well. So.
I mean, it does work as well. And it's not even really an insult, I guess. Anyway, Booby Feaster, name to watch, potentially a very highly sought-after recruit, reclassifying, could have an LSU Tiger uniform.
I see. Where's 1-8? You can get behind that.
Oh, there you go. Where's 18? Tate, you love Booby Feaster. Anything to add here?
I always caution with the reclassifying guys because I kind of feel like the first year is, a wash. Like that's essentially your redshirt year. So, I mean, do I expect him to make an impact right away. No, I don't. But I also think LSU has a really good shot at this guy. I mean, like you mentioned, he called LSU wide receiver U. He's trying to lock in his final 4 visits. He has 2 of them scheduled. LSU was one of the first 2 that he made sure he did lock in. So, I mean, if that tells you maybe his early favorites, maybe LSU's in one of those top 2. I can see this guy making an impact in multiple ways. I mean, he's played a little bit of defense as well early in his career. I mean, not that's not what he's going to play next level, but it just kind of shows you the type of athlete he is.
Alvin Marzwani says, got to interview him and ask him how he got the nickname. I know he got the name. He actually breastfed till he was 7 years old.
Is that how?
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's so good at football.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of natural, God-given sustenance to be taken in.
Speaking of God-given, he's like Boobie Miles.
Hey, put Boobie in, let Boobie spin. Let's go, baby. One of the greatest lines.
And that wasn't his real name either. From the state of Texas, great football player. I got high hopes for Boobie Feaster now.
To be fair, he did not. I don't know how he got his nickname. I lied.
I don't think anybody believed you.
I'm just making sure, just for the record.
Yeah.
Have y'all? What's the oldest that you've What's the oldest kid you've seen breastfeeding?
I'm gonna be very honest. I haven't seen a ton of kids breastfeed, so I don't know.
Like,
it wasn't something like I discussed with my friends' parents growing up. Be like, hey, how long was he on that thing? That's not
none of my children went past a year.
I have a loved one who.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I think we were closing in on almost 4 years old.
Ooh, if you can ask for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you can have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Watching
It's like, say,
the
bro.
kid
Right.
be like,
it's about that time.
what's up, mama? How about you open up that shirt? I'm feeling good right now.
You said 4 years old. It reminds me of on the first Grown Ups when Kevin James' wife is breastfeeding the kid, and Chris Rock's like, "How old's that kid?" And he goes, 48 months.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he pauses for a second, he goes, "That's 4."
kid-
what are you gonna do?
The kid from Game of Thrones. I forgot his name.
Robin Aaron.
Yeah, Robin
from
Aaron.
the Erie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I always think of.
He was like 12.
By the way, guys, as we go into commercial break, I want you 3 to think about your actions, and I want you all to craft apologies to Poxitani Phil for when we get back here on Off the Bench.
No,
I'm not doing it.
Off the bench.
Go to Boudreaux's Electrical, which, granted, guys, there are freezes coming. And if you have a Generac home generator, your family's fine. You're protected. Your power is going to stay on. Your family's going to stay warm and great. And when you work with Boudreaux's Electrical, how do you have that peace of mind? Because everything they do, they are family owned and everything is customer first. And they stay on top of your systems 24/7 to make sure that they are ready when you need them. Also, if you're an electrician looking for work, you want competitive pay, great culture, you want to go to Boudreaux's as well. You can apply at boudreauxelectrical.com. Get in touch with them. Again, guys, your Generac home generator experts, boudreauxelectrical.com.
Yeah, and you should trust us, but if you don't, you can go to Google and a 5.0 rating. So 5 out of 5 stars with over 60 Google reviews. Everyone loves the work that they get from Boudreaux's. You can go to the website today, boudreauxelectrical.com.
Need service now? Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you same-day appointments for service, and we offer pickup and delivery of your vehicle from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. If you need sales and service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Does getting old just mean that you pee your pants all the time, dude? It's sad.
I'm going to start calling you Miles Davis at this point.
Well, that's because I'm so cool. I went to the Baton Rouge Zoo yesterday, guys. And the new entrance open. Looked fantastic. New hippo exhibit, 10 out of 10. Baton Rouge Zoo, a great public resource. Very affordable, too, on the scale of zoos. How about this? I got a year-long membership. 2 adults, as many kids as I have. Like no number of kids, whatever you got. 2 adults, $95 for the year, for a calendar year. And go as much as I want now. It was fun.
You going to go a bunch?
Yeah. You know what I love?
The zoo?
The Flamingo Cafe.
I've never been to
it. It is, just cheap concession food, but I'll be damned if it's not really good cheap. I mean, me and my dad got everything yesterday. We got the fish sandwich, we got burgers, we got hot dogs, we got fries, and we're sitting there sharing it. We're like, this fish sandwich, absolutely fantastic. Feeding the peacocks.
Did you see the hippo?
Yeah, the pygmy hippo exhibit's new, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. And they've got the, I can't remember what kind of monkey, but they have monkeys in there as well with them. It's very cool seeming.
Hippo might be the most terrifying animal in the world.
Yes, these are pygmies, though, so they're like tiny and cute.
I'm talking
full-size hippos kill what? They kill more people than any other land mammal,
You ever seen the
right?
hippo run in the water?
I don't know that I have, actually.
Like the shallow water, they'll run.
I've seen like speedboats being like chased by hippos, and they're like unbelievably fast.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Quick Google search tells me that the hippo is the world's deadliest large land mammal, killing an estimated 500 people per year in Africa.
There we go.
Yeah.
Don't F with the hippos.
No.
They charge at boats because they think they're crocodiles. So they're actually just...
Okay,
so what, they're just out here like beefing with crocs?
That's
Like giant crocs just beating the hell out of them?
Imagine what she just said. Imagine being so deadly that you're just charging at crocodiles willingly.
Hell yeah, dude.
Number 2, elephants.
I've always identified as a hippo.
Have you?
Yeah. But that was before I knew they were dangerous, just when I thought they were like big and fat and gregarious. But guess what? I'm pretty badass too, dude. So I'm still a hippo. Let's go.
You thought they were all like Gloria from Madagascar?
Yeah, they were just super chill. Yeah, they were just like, hanging out. I mean, they give off chill energy.
They do.
And then they got that psycho underbelly. Hell yeah. Patrick Vine says the BR Zoo's underrated. I know some of y'all haters, but it's nice in the Audubon Zoo. I can't go that far, but it's a great resource for the city. I mean, both zoos are excellent. Like neither zoo makes me uncomfortable, which is not what I can't say that for every zoo that I've ever been to.
I think I've only been once. I haven't been in a long time.
The new entrance is fantastic. Maybe get a little more trees and stuff on the inside over time. But, like, the thing itself, I straight up think the architects were just doing a Jurassic Park thing. You know, like Jurassic Park, not when you enter the park with the gates, but like the home base where the T-Rex and the Velociraptors fight, the, like, round building.
Mm-hmm.
It looks exactly like that. And it's fantastic. New gift stores. I mean, again, guys, I thought it was a really good time. If you're looking for something fun to do with the family, even though it's about to be freezing, shout out Poxitani Phil. This is unsolicited. This is not an ad or anything. I just love the beers. Did I do the train? No, the train was running, but it seems like they were practicing it. I don't know if it was open to the public yesterday, but I'm excited to do the train eventually. So, again, do y'all want to apologize to Pakistani Phil? Remember, guys, if you missed it last week, all them crapped all over Phil for saying 6 more weeks of winter, and I'll be damned if all the weather reports aren't saying 6 more weeks of winter now.
I'm not
No. That is not what happened.
Okay, then what happened?
I pointed out Phil's track record of 30% factual. I also said I'm willing to give him a week's grace period because it was hot last week, but it seems like it's getting colder. That's all that was said. And Alondra and Jake were like, wait a minute, he's only 30% accurate.
Like he betrayed y'all.
He
betrayed y'all, dude. Jake, how do you feel about this? He just betrayed y'all, and now he's saying y'all said it, and he didn't.
No.
He just Pontius Pilated you. He washes his hand of this.
That is not what I said at all.
Y'all want to kill Barabbas? Y'all want to let Barabbas go free? Not on me, okay?
Yeah. The only comments they
Alondra's
even made...
the only foxhole person in this room.
No, listen. Guys, I am... Never mind. I'm not going to talk about things I've done. The only comments that they even made was like, wow, he's only 30%, like reacting to the stat that I brought up. Like nobody crapped all over Phil. 30% is 30%. Any way you slice it.
30% is a bad accuracy.
That's a bad
rating.
number. Thank you.
Objectively,
it's a bad number.
It's Hall of Famer, you know.
Look, see, there you go.
Look,
not anymore.
Put it in there with Stuart Little.
Look at Bama Gump's comments. That is what was said. Never thought I would side with anyone named Bama Gump, but here we are.
You are who you hang out with, you know?
Nobody criticizes me.
P&B Patrick says there's a federal plan to introduce hippos to Louisiana bayous and introduce them to the meat market. Apparently, it's quite tasty.
I don't love this. If they're killing 500 people a year in Africa.
I mean, that seems problematic, but I do want to taste hippo meat now.
Yeah. I'm sure you can find some.
Yes. Curiosity will get the best.
I had a buddy, shout out my guy Nathan, who went and hunted zebra, and he made me a zebra sauce pecan. Oof. Fire.
And I think we talked about the zebra thing before, and I'm like, I don't think I can do zebra.
You couldn't eat it?
I don't think so. I don't think I could try hippo either.
No, I could try anything.
What? I was about to say, I could eat anything. Oh, no. I mean, I wouldn't want to try human, but if it was morally and ethically okay, I might
What if it was a situation where I was like, hey, I'll have like surgery or something. They could put me under, take a chunk of my meat, and then they cooked it up. But I didn't have to die or anything. Would you try it?
Are you asking me to eat you, Alondra?
Would you try my meat?
Now that
when you put it that way, absolutely.
Now that we're actually here, no, I don't think I want to try human. It's like. I don't know.
Okay, but okay, so you're still alive, so you still work here and everything, right? Because I don't know if they could come back and be like, guys, how was dinner? Be like, I went and bought that piece of Alondra.
I guess the question is, if you went through all that trouble, would you eat yourself?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, if you've already done it, you're already there.
What Army Hammer are we talking here?
That's
True.
I
forgot Army. I forgot
Very
Army.
Army.
Army's actually into this stuff.
I mean, if you're curious though, don't you want to know what you taste like? You go be like, I taste better than that dude.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you on that. If I've already got put under sliced off meat, I should probably at least take a bite of myself.
Literally
Otherwise,
get a piece of it everybody else. Yeah.
What did I do all
What
this
if we
for?
did a little OTB sampler and we each went under?
All right, y'all got it.
I think I would probably taste the best. Got the most fat on me. You're gonna need that for a little. You don't want a super lean cut of meat. You need a little bit of fat on there for a little taste, for a little gristle, a little grease.
Are you trying to even make this a competition?
I wonder if human beings.
Yes.
Okay, but you're talking about like having the most fat and like being tender and all that.
Yeah.
We all got to cut off the same part then.
What would the
Little thigh
choices
meat.
cut of be? Yeah, thigh meat. I
Little
think
thigh
thigh
meat.
meat's
Yeah,
the play.
Oh, if we got that, I mean, I'm in the game, coach.
Yeah.
Well, but you're going to be
That's
so
I'm
muscly.
in the game.
You're going to be so muscly.
Like you mean like too lean?
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know, though. Like a lean
Very
thigh.
lean.
It's not.
Probably going to be packed with protein. Great post-workout eating
Yeah.
Jake's thighs would be.
Yeah.
But might be like a little Christmas
A little tough.
vacation. And they're all crunching down. I wonder what the choices cut would be. Because that's a lot of muscle in the legs, actually. I don't know.
You go love handle.
I was about to say a little something on
Little
the back.
back strap?
Yeah.
Anywhere,
There
lower
we
back,
go,
lower
dude.
back, hip. Yeah.
Little back strap. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Fry that thing up. Little Bob bacon.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if all the flavor of a human is in the fat.
Probably. That's
You know
what
how
it
like
usually
in like
is.
cows and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, pigs and everything.
We're getting a phone call.
We're getting a phone call.
We are. We're getting a phone call right now.
Okay, answer it.
Oh, no, I don't know. This one kind of scares me.
Answer
the
it.
topic.
What do they
Okay.
say?
Oh no, they hung up.
Oh, okay.
They got scared. They're like, crap, they're calling me out.
Well,
Yeah.
suck it, Murphy, Sam, and Jody.
Yeah, y'all ain't talking about this.
Let's go. All right. I don't even know what we were supposed to talk about here, but we still do have a ton to get to. We got weekend winners coming up. We got Dem Snow. We got NFL Story of the Day. We still should, because I know it's going to be during winners, but we should probably do a whole segment on hockey next, right? Because that was awesome over the weekend, objectively. All right. Let's talk U.S. hockey beating up Canada in more ways than one next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, or no, yep. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. That's the website. All-Star Toyota is the place. It's off of Airline in Goodwood. Very conveniently located, guys. So whatever your needs are, new vehicle, maybe a Toyota certified used vehicle, or it's a great price, and you get still a great Toyota certified warranty on it. Maybe you just need a rent. You need a body shop, service center. It's all there at All-Star. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember you can buy new, lease, rent. Everything's available in all three of those processes. Not going to find that anywhere else. And so, of course, if you want to buy a new vehicle, I mean, obviously going to have everything for you. But when leasing and renting, just not going to find that. So midsize SUV, truck, van, hybrid, full-size SUV, everything is available. So take full advantage. Call Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Alondra, were you on the show when I made us play all of Freebird?
Yes. That was last 4th of July, I think it
Hell
was.
yeah,
We were playing
dude.
like American songs.
Let's go.
Yeah. Here's a long.
Which Freebird was in all the highlight packages of Team USA beating the hell up out of Canada. So give me some background here. Is this a thing the NHL does, or is this independent of the NHL? Is this true international hockey here?
I think it's independent of the NHL.
This Cup, Four Nations Cup, or whatever it's
Four
called.
Nations, so U.S., Canada, Sweden, Finland.
And
oh wait, it is a NHL. Sorry,
Okay,
it is
NHL.
Yes.
But they don't. They're like exhibitions, kind of. Like they
No,
get
but
things
either
that
way,
way.
I mean, I guess what I'm getting at
the
is
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
on a weekend in which the NBA All-Star Game completely sucked on all fronts, the NHL was awesome. And
Yeah, the first 9 seconds, you had 3 fights.
if you missed it,
After they booed our national anthem.
look, you can go ahead. Oh, wait, did anybody edit? I put it in here, but I forgot to point it out, so maybe you missed it. Did anybody edit PK Subban's call on
I
it?
didn't edit it,
Okay, it's
no.
all good. We get to a bit later, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, if you missed it, Taylor, you can pull up the fights, put them in the background. No sound needed. But yeah, so the Canadian crowd, it's in Canada. Crowd's going crazy. The Canadian crowd boos the American anthem pregame. The Canadian players are talking crap all week long. And within the first 9 seconds, there are 3 different fights. Both the Kachuk brothers getting into it. Then JT Miller fighting a guy that was damn near twice his size. And then the actual game begins. And dude, the freaking hits in this game. Like, yeah, exactly. You said exhibition, right? Didn't look like no exhibition, right? These guys were beyond the fights. I'm talking about within the rules of the game, were absolutely killing each other. But in the end, it is the U.S. that comes up with the 3-1 win. They advance to the finals, beat Canada on their home ice, playing Dream On in the locker room. It was just awesome. Impossible not to get goosebumps. Also, go check out the highlight packages online with Freebird in the background. Oh, dude, these are like fight-ass fights, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they ain't messing around.
That
bro.
was the
These
first
are
one, too.
bad blood.
That was opening puck drop.
Canada kind of got the first one.
Yep.
Second one, the other Kachuk brother wins big. And then JT Miller kind of lost, but not really. And more got called. It was almost like a draw, but it was impressive because JT Miller was eating some uppercuts.
Yeah. I mean, just a little fella compared to. I mean, just imagine if, like, us going up there and beating you in your sport. That'd be like, the CFL coming down here and beating the NFL in a game, which would literally never happen.
Yeah.
So we went up to your place and took your will.
True.
And won.
True. Go to this. Look at the great chant that the juniors are having. It's a TikTok there, Tay-Tay. And you can play this with sound. They've already edited out the cursing. It's not what they did after the game, but I think this is a pretty sick little rhyme from U.S. Hockey here. But yeah, man, it was awesome, man. Shout out to U.S. Hockey. You could see what it means. And it begs the larger question. In a day and age where everybody's trying to figure out these kind of all-star exhibition situations, what do you do? How do you get players to care? Why do hockey players still care so much? Is it the country pride portion? Which absolutely, maybe it's that simple. But I think it's also maybe they're not paid so highly that they're kind of above it all. Like, I don't know. They still have a regular season to play, and they're out here laying it all on the line.
It's just not a sport that you're ever going to say is soft or doesn't care, doesn't have pride. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's something that it's just like a way of life. Like, you meet hockey players. I'm talking about like lower division hockey players. And like, I used to go to the Shreveport Mudbugs games, and that player is gritty, and all they care about is hockey. And they carry themselves around everyday life like that.
I saw about 7 fights in the one Zydeco game that I went to. Also, it's great. It's kind of like when you beat the Soviet Union back in the day. It comes at a weird political time between U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, here's a chant that the U.S. teams do when they go on their journeys overseas.
Don't you cry! Oh, mama, don't you cry! USA Hockey is do or die! USA Hockey is do or die! Put hockey stick in my hand! Put hockey stick in my hand! Send me off to a foreign land! Send me off to a foreign land! Carl said I'd be a star! Carl said I'd be a star! And I go very far! And I go very far! Pour Gatorade in my glass! Pour Gatorade in my glass! Just can't go.
Guess what they said after pour some Gatorade in my glass. I love that, dude. I love that. It's inspired by a military chant, right? I mean, put a gun in my hand and send me off to foreign land.
I was going to say, this sounds very Marine-like.
I believe they do it in Full Metal Jacket, correct?
That I know, yeah.
Probably.
God, I wish football was international.
We do need it. I know, bro. That'd be crazy. That would be so crazy to get to play for America on a football field. Shout out Team USA, baby. Screw you, Canada.
Blame Canada.
Yeah. Morning.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
To join me for another season of Musso at the Box presented by Gotlit Light Installers. We've got you covered daily on LSU baseball. Go to YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Search Musso at the Box and get subscribed today.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, February 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 58 in hour 3 of today's show. We'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. Then at 9:15, Devin Snow hops on the show. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Welcome back to hour number 3 of OTB. Hey, guys. Happy birthday's in order. Whose birthday do you think it is?
Is it someone we know?
George Washington.
Michael Jordan.
That was my next guess.
The GOAT.
Arguably.
Mm.
Do you know how old Michael Jordan is? Prepare to feel like the Matt Damon Saving Private Ryan meme.
61.
62. Good guess, though, too.
I was going to say 63, so it was right in the middle.
Well, how convenient.
Yeah.
Sure you were. Damn. 62 years old.
The GOAT.
So now it's time to have the debate. Is Michael Jordan the great? No, I'm just kidding. I just saw a very weird AI video, though, of somebody wishing him happy birthday and then saying, posting this video for the Youngbloods that may have not seen The Miss. And it's his shot against the Jazz, but he misses.
Made it? Oh.
And then the Jazz are celebrating, and he's upset, and it looks so real.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And this remains the most terrifying part about AI, that the worst it will ever be is where it's at today. And it's just constantly improving. What the hell are we going to do, dude, when we cannot discern reality from, like...
I feel like you can tell.
Exactly. For now, you still kind of...
For now, you can.
But think about where it was last year.
Yeah.
Think about where it was 2 years ago.
I just think that it's going to be like that uncanny valley kind of thing where you, like, no matter how good it gets, you can tell something ain't right about it.
I hope you're right.
I usually am.
Not as right as me, but I'll give you that. Weekend loser Wemby? You know what? Let's get into it. Let's do a little weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? You gotta keep our composure. You've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that? Win the whole thing.
Wait, do we have the PK Subban call? We do? Okay, cool. Let's start there. So we talk about U.S. hockey. Obviously, U.S. hockey, a big weekend winner. And here is PK Subban, former hockey great, U.S. great. And you can hear the emotion. This is off the puck drop. This is during the first fight. Here's PK's call on the radio.
This is bad blood here. May have boiled over from the regular season, but it's all here. It's boiling over. 100 years of history, folks. 100 years of hockey. Two nations going at it. Two willing combatants. This is USA, Canada. Eating punches, trading punches. All for a great cause, folks. Buckle up, strap in. Let's go.
On the radio, couldn't help himself. Dropped a let's effing go. Also, shout out to Shaq, who on the way out of a TNT commercial break this weekend was like, I'm tired, Ernie. Whatever, we getting fired anyway. F it. On the way out. Hell yeah, Shaq. Do your thing, man. Weekend winner, PK Subban, U.S. Hockey.
All right. Well, weekend loser, everything the NBA did this weekend.
Yeah, it was bad.
Gosh, All-Star Weekend used to be something that I looked forward to.
Oh, it's the best growing up.
Three-point contest, dunk contest. I mean, it was all the game itself was competitive, and you had legends out there that were like, I am not going to allow that person to beat me. I don't care what we're doing. Certainly here on the court.
There's a great Michael video where they're all talking about like that boy in the Lakers, right? They're talking about Kobe.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, they're talking about, and they're like, ooh, that boy don't let the game come to him. He takes it, and Michael's like, whatever. He's not about to get his ass. Like, where's that?
And then like Michael's last year in the All-Star game, he hit a shot to go ahead, and then I believe to go up, and I don't know if it was 2 or 3, but then Kobe gets fouled, and everybody's trying to tell Kobe, hey, miss the free throw so Mike can have the game winner in his last All-Star game. And Kobe's looking at him like they're crazy. Like, what? Now, he ended up missing the second of 3, but he wasn't trying to miss. I mean, he was like, hell no, I ain't missing these free throws.
It's just gone. I mean, the game sucks. Like, what, now we're doing like 3 40-point games or something?
Yeah, it was like 3 mini tournament, like a 3-game mini tournament, and they had 3 teams, and I don't even know who all was on what team. That's how much I don't care.
What happened? Like, can we just do East-West again? We're overcomplicating it. Just keep it East-West.
Yeah, now
Team
it's like Shaq,
Team
Chuck.
Team
Chuck. I think Kenny might have had one too. Yeah, like he was the 3rd team. And then I read, I don't know, because again, I didn't pay attention to this at all. I couldn't tell you who was on what team, but I read that like the 3rd team, like Kenny's team, had no actual all-stars.
Well, yeah, they were made up of the winner of the Rising Stars Challenge.
That's so stupid.
Young Guns.
That's so dumb.
Again,
also
on,
they just draft.
on paper, I feel like I see how they get here, but it sucked.
The execution of it is not. Yeah.
I mean, just play East West again, dude. I don't know. I credit the NBA for trying. I credit the NBA for trying to figure it out, but just go back to East West.
Yeah.
Also, Jake, do you agree? Weekend loser, Wemby and CP3 for that skills challenge nonsense?
Yeah, they tried to pull a fast one.
What are we doing?
I don't think that it constitutes a weekend loser. I think that they found a loophole, and I think that Wemby asked 5 to 6 different people on the court, as told by Draymond Green, who he was going up against. And, like, fine, if you don't like it, that's fine. But also, like, the NBA, after disqualifying them, the sideline or the courtside reporter, she tried to, like, go interview CP3 and Wemby. And at this point, like, nobody's taking any of the NBA All-Star Weekend seriously.
No.
So, like, if she wants to go interview CP3 and Wemby and be like, yo, what did y'all do? Why are y'all disqualified? Whatever. Yeah. And then the guy's like, I don't even know who it was. The guy's telling her, like, no, we're not doing that right now. Like, denying her an interview.
Wemby won't do interviews anymore?
Lame.
And, like, Wemby and CP3 looked like they were about to, like, just do it. And the guy's the one that stopped it. And to me, that's the real loser there, where, like, you're just, what are we doing?
I agree with you that that's also loserish.
Yeah.
And I know you're taking up for your guy. But, like, it was lame. Just shoot the threes.
Also, they're the only ones that, like, the only ones
that had high IQ on that court?
No, it's not high IQ. I'm not saying they did anything functionally wrong. What they did was just objectively lame. It looked so stupid.
It did look stupid.
And on a weekend in which the NBA really struggled to look cool, that becomes the poster child of what are we even doing out here?
Like, wouldn't you rather see Wemby bury the three?
Hell
like,
yeah,
I would.
dude. Hell yeah.
So if you're getting timed, right? Like, say we're doing a timed competition, you're not going to do what you can to cut down on the time so that you win.
No, that's what I'm saying. I agree
but I
with you,
also don't think that that's the biggest thing of the entire weekend. Where like, oh, that like, no, it's like the 3-game mini tournament is the stupidest thing that I've ever seen. Having a third team with the rising stars is so dumb. Like
Jake said, though, I mean, it's everything. You got Mac McClung, a G Leaguer.
It all sucked.
Winning the dunk contest. It's like, and his dunks were awesome, but like, what happened to the stars?
Yeah. I mean, well, and somebody mentioned, like, as long as you're going to let Mac McClung in this as a G Leaguer who objectively is very good at dunking, what incentive do the stars have to join? You know what I mean? Like, so you can get potentially beat by a G Leaguer. People are like, why would a Ja Morant enter this contest?
Why not just let in the YouTube dunkers?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you're going to let in McClung, just bring in the street dunkers.
Why don't we let I Show Speed actually run in the Olympics or something?
Oh, dude, I Show Speed actually is
He's
super
actually
fast.
super
Did you see him race Noah
fast.
Lyles? That was actually crazy.
Yeah.
I did actually have Wemby on my weekend winner list, though.
We love Wemby.
Because he brought a book
Yeah.
to read before the game, and Nikola Jokic was like, "You brought the book?" He's like, "Yeah, I read before every game." Oh, look at him. Like a head in his hand. He's like, "Oh my God,
He's
this guy."
such a physical freak.
I love Nikola
But
Jokic.
I say it's a winner because I too used to like to read before the games. Yeah. Hell yeah.
He's so wholesome. He was just like playing chess out in
It's
New
true.
York, like
Love
reading
Wemby.
books.
Love Wemby. Don't love what he did at the skills challenge, but love him overall.
My weekend winner was High Point Baseball. They got these sick lavender jerseys. I put them in the
What?
dock. They have lavender jerseys, and ECUs, like we did it first, but ECUs are uglier because High Point, they had like a lavender jersey, white pants, and they look badass. ECUs are ugly.
They
But
look
I love
very
these.
pleasant.
I would love if LSU did an alternate lavender uni. I know I'm alone on this, but I would love it.
I don't hate it.
Oh, God.
Could you
It looks
imagine
very relaxing.
1 to 3 p.m.
Oh, my
Hunt
God.
Palmer
Hunt would
alternate
lose
baseball?
his mind.
Can you imagine
Hunt's about
1
to
to
bust through
6
this
here
door
No,
right now.
Hunt wouldn't show up. Hunt would not show up that day.
Because of the angry old men, LSU's probably not going
Look how
to
sick those
to
look.
wear any other alternate uniform for like maybe one a year now. So they got their wish.
Wait, that's a thing?
Because it offended them so much. And the guys that actually put it on who didn't care, but they were offended.
Dude, you got to give a shout out too to Steven Scotch, the old Virginia pitcher from
Shock.
back in the day. How do you
It's
say?
Shock.
Shock?
Yeah.
The old Virginia pitcher from back in the day who went
Best
viral
follow.
for what? What did he say? Like, I want like a Kool-Aid or something. I can't remember. Dippin' Dots.
Yeah.
So
Dippin'
super
Dots.
fun for Dippin' Dots. But he has really made himself into the kind of voice or face of college baseball.
Yeah.
And it's not just the SEC or AC. Like, he covers
All of it.
all. And somehow, which I don't get how he does it because it's such a broad spectrum, he really does do a great job. He just does a fantastic job of it, dude. Shout out Steven Schock.
He's the best follow on Twitter for college baseball if you want it.
Yeah. Like, if you want, like the fun, like.
I mean, he goes in depth into people's rosters too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But highlights, fun stuff, all of it. Shout out Schock.
Weekend winner, UConn women's basketball.
Choo.
They shellac South Carolina, ending their 71-game home win streak.
Good God.
And beat them by 30. Now UConn is the actual Vegas favorite to win a national championship. Now there's a lot of teams that are clustered there together because there's like 5 or 6 that have a real chance. But by 30 at home, after that team had won 71 straight times in that building.
I've said it for years now. It's really hard to win 72 in a row. It just is. I don't know. Is this Empire Strikes Back? Is Gino back? Is Gino still a coach?
I don't know if Gino ever left. I mean, is he on the dominant 4
that's
and
true.
4
I guess
years?
Beckers has still been
yeah,
awesome.
I mean,
You're right.
Like, here's, I think the problem is they play in the Big East, and the Big East is not great.
Yeah.
And so they play this great non-conference schedule a lot of times, but then they go kind of like Gonzaga used to in the West Coast Conference. They wouldn't get challenged, and then they'd have to try to restart the fire. And I think that's why they put a South Carolina game kind of in the middle of conference play so they could be tested. Well, they certainly went out there and they passed the test.
I think it's more important because, like, we're kind of seeing a recipe of how to beat this South Carolina team. Because, like, if you watch them, like, Dawn Staley's
Win
team.
by 30?
No, well, yes, obviously. But a ton of height. They don't have a lot of shooters on that team. Not like she's had in years past. Like, you get up on South Carolina early, you can beat them. Like, that's what UConn did. They got up early. South Carolina had to try to shoot their way out of it, which they're not comfortable with. And UConn just extended their lead.
Wow, South Carolina was 3 of 17 for 3-point range. To your credit, Jamie says UConn was 13 of 18. Of course they were.
UConn came out hot. South Carolina could not match it. They've struggled with that.
13 of 18 though. Sheesh. Hey, do you have that Frankie Muniz video?
I can get it.
Give me that. Because I guess our boy Frankie Muniz, Malcolm in the Middle fame, of course, he races trucks on what is the NASCAR truck series now?
Oh,
it used to
no
be
idea.
Busch back in the day.
Right?
Is it Xfinity?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Our guy got, I think, 10th at Daytona.
Which is a
over the
good-
weekend. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
It's actually really good.
Like, he's a true professional driver, and look at how excited our guy is after the race.
We finished 11th. You know, I couldn't ask for anything better. I think this truck was so fast. I mean, like, we were in the second pack. I passed all the second pack, had a half a straightaway to the front pack, and by myself caught them. So, like, I feel like I can't wait for Talladega. You know what I mean? Because this truck's good.
Do you feel, I think you have to justify yourself, but I mean, all the media, all the attention,
well,
I mean, come out and finish the race, run all the laps, and have a respectable day has to be.
Look, it's one of those, like, how do I put it? I know I have to prove myself here. And, you know, last year I didn't have the opportunity to do that. And not that this fully does that, right? This is great. This is a step. You know, hopefully I earn respect. You know, I'm in the Ford technical meeting with the other drivers, and, you know, I still think they look, even though we're, you know, manufacturer teammates, I still don't think they know what I can do or not. You know what I mean? So I want to earn their respect too. And the only way to do that is to do it on track. You know what I mean? And have finishes like this. And we were smart. You know, I thought there'd be a lot more wrecks early in the race. You know, so, like, I started second guessing the decision of, like, hanging back because just no one was wrecking. But man, it worked out. I'm happy. This was great. This was awesome.
There you go, baby. T11 finish.
That was awesome.
I mean, you could tell he's just so.
I could feel the adrenaline.
It makes you
coming off
so
of him.
happy.
Yeah.
Like, I get goosebumps. You're so happy because he's so happy.
Yeah. That's great.
And that's cool to hear him talk about, you know, earning the respect of his peers. Because, yeah, of course everybody's side-eyeing him. But my man has committed to this lifestyle, and I'm excited to see what he can do at Dega.
I mean, he's been in this game a long time too, though, right?
Yeah.
I think he's been
doing it for a
grinding
while.
his way up,
Yeah,
right?
he actually raced in this last year as well. Like, he didn't do well, but he was in it last year as well.
It's the Craftsman Truck Series, chat is saying.
Makes more sense.
I thought Xfinity did do something.
So
Yeah,
They do.
like
They're
the
right
AAA.
underneath. So
Yeah.
they're what used to be. I don't know. I went through
changes
NASCAR
minor-
phase.
they're
It
minor
changes-
league.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
changes so
They're
often.
minor league.
I did too. My dad was a really big Rusty Wallace fan.
I was a big Martin Truex Jr. fan back, and they used to drive the number 3 Bass Pro, and it just looked a lot like, I don't know. I just like number 3. It reminded me of Old Man.
I used to love the Tide car.
The Tide car was always tight.
Yeah, big orange.
I mean, old picture of like a Marlboro cars.
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
beat.
that's hard to beat.
That's hard to beat. The straight up racing reds. Hell yeah, cowboy killers.
I'm trying to think who drove.
Champ Truex absolutely drove the 3.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Truex drove the 1. 3 was retired for Dale Earnhardt by the time Truex was
The Bass Pro.
The Bass
There's
Pro
no
number
way.
1. Truex was number 1 when he drove for Bass Pro.
Wow, you're probably actually. I think you're right.
I didn't want to be that guy.
No, I think you're right. You're right.
But
damn, so I just made that all up in my head. That's crazy.
weekend winner Tom Izzo. He passed Bob Knight for the most wins in Big Ten history, 354, passing the 353 for Bob Knight. And anyone who watched Alabama-Auburn over the weekend, that was a phenomenal game. Jani Broome proved that he is one of the best, if not the best player in college basketball.
I thought the game sucked.
You thought Alabama-Auburn sucked?
Yes, from respect. Maybe it's just I'm not a good.
Oh, I thought it was great. It had everything you wanted. It had some
There were
runs.
7,000 whistles.
There were. Now I don't blame the team for that.
The action stopped every 20 seconds.
I don't blame the teams for much as that, but I mean, they both shot it well at times. They went on the runs you needed to. There were defensive plays. I thought both teams looked really good. It was for sure 1 versus 2.
There's a ton of free throws, like 80, wasn't there?
Yeah,
felt like it, bro.
Yes, a lot. Also, speaking of free throws, Oklahoma, when they beat LSU this weekend, 21. Or Texas.
I believe I made that up.
21 of 21 from free throws.
Who?
Texas women's basketball team against LSU. 21 of 21 from free throws.
Tell you win games.
Weekend loser, whoever hung Terrence Shannon Jr.'s jersey at Illinois' retirement. They put it upside down. I put it in the dock.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro.
What are we doing?
You had one job.
We can't be up there hanging it upside down.
You can't do something like that. That's just messed up.
Yeah.
You know.
This feels like a Veep or like Curb Your Enthusiasm sketch.
That is perfect logic. It needs the it needs the Curb music dropping.
Poor guy.
Right
Look,
there.
he's just standing there looking at it. He's like, what the hell is this? Look, they're not clapping. Like, nobody's excited about this.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Oh, poor fella.
Whatever. It's funny. It's more memorable now, right? Like, we wouldn't be talking about Terrence Shannon Jr. if not for that.
That's fair.
Now you know he got his jersey retired.
That was a quick retirement, huh?
Right?
Yeah, he just finished it last season.
He played 1 year there.
God, can you imagine being the person that was in charge of that, though?
No,
and then
you run out there.
My heart would have sunk.
You run
so
out there.
hard.
You got to redo it in front of everybody.
Yeah. That's all I had.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not
all right.
good.
Let's go to break. We'll get back. We'll call
Poor
our guy,
fella.
Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mail. Keep it live, OTB.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon. Get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McCurtain, your injury attorneys there for you when you need them. And I know that when you need them, speaking of cars, can be a bit unfortunate. Maybe you just got into an accident. That is awful. But make sure you have somebody fighting for you on your behalf and standing up to the big insurance companies and getting you what you deserve. That's where Gordon McCurtain Injury Attorneys comes into play. You go to getgordon.com. You can fill out a consult form right there online. They'll get in touch with you immediately. You can see the case they handle. You can see results from past customers. Or you can just call 888-8888. Get Gordon. Get it done today.
Yeah, go to the website. Getgordon.com is going to give you a lot of answers. Going to pull up a chat box right there so they can get an answer to you very quickly. But if you're looking for past client results, cases they can handle for you in the courtroom, all right there. But always remember, pick up the phone. It's your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together,
Fusion
we're
Water.
fueling our
Maybe you
energy
want
future.
a healthier lifestyle, a high-end athlete who wants better hydration, or a parent who wants something healthier for their kids. You want Evamore. EVAMOR. Evamore. Available at great local retailers.
Did you know that over 50 million people are missing teeth and experience discomfort and embarrassment due to dentures that just don't fit? We have a solution to transform your life in one day. Hi, this is Dr. Leo Reagan.
And I'm Dr. Michael Casadban. Fusion Implant Center, we have witnessed life-changing transformations of so many patients, even those patients who were told that they couldn't be helped.
The board-certified doctors here at the Fusion Implant Center guarantee painless and cost-effective procedures. We are the experts and teach this new technology all over the country.
The Fusion Implant Center,
There
with
it
its
is,
team of
the
experts and
extra
state of
mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
It's all good. I forgot to text Steph, so I don't. We got to get back on schedule. We've been a little hit or miss with our Mayo Mondays. I'm looking at the group text between some of my former football player friends, and one of them is complaining about, I don't know where they live, I think Nashville, but one of them is complaining about the daycare is trying to charge him $40K for daycare.
I'm sorry?
A year?
$40,000?
Yes. To which my buddy Will says, $40K for daycare? They teaching physics and ish?
Right.
I'm thinking about the daycare, like the competing one on Daddy Daycare. Remember when they all show up and they're wearing like suits and stuff?
I've actually
like,
never seen Daddy Daycare.
Oh, you got to watch it.
I know. I've heard.
That's what I think. Well, there's like a super expensive daycare like down the street. And they're like super strict.
I don't even think.
Will says we should start toddler training
40K.
programs, charge $50K for doing speed drills and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think rent for an entire year is $40K.
You want your kid to be fast? Well, you get what you pay for. Give us $50K a year.
I don't
40K
pay
on daycare. Good God, man.
I barely pay half of that for 4 children's tuition to go to school.
Yeah.
It's like
that's insane.
Almost half of that.
See, that's that Nashville, Austin, LABS, man.
My God.
That's crazy.
You gotta go borrow some money for daycare.
I mean, I don't know. It's funny because you could be like, okay, like what do they need to do to justify $40K?
All the things.
Make sure your kid gets their first NIL deal on them.
Right? Like I'm not even entirely sure. I'm not even entirely sure what. I mean, obviously everything needs to be taken care of, but like I don't even know that there's anything that you could do for the mental or physical development of a child to make that worth.
No.
Is it just a way of weeding out commoners so you don't have to deal with filth? You like think you're above it and you're like, oh, well, yes, well, this way. We'll only have very rich friends and whatnot. Unreal.
I guess.
Y'all don't love your kids enough. Yeah, see, exactly. I'd pay $50K. True, JV. True.
No. Look, I guess there's nothing wrong if that's what you want to do, but
damn, couple people saying that they pay $25K a year, man, and it doesn't even include diapers and food and stuff.
Wow, my God,
bruh.
Are we in the wrong business?
What? I mean, I would never. To be fair, I would never want.
Oh, we're not working there.
No,
we're just owning
yeah,
it.
yeah.
We're just putting up the capital to build the building, and you
just got to you got to be somewhere uber bougie though. Although I guess 25K a year is here. I don't know. That's crazy, bro.
Oh wow!
I think it's the lion's mane, guys.
Yeah,
which I love. I love the lion's mane.
Why are you doing that? What's the benefit?
I don't know. It's supposed to make you more focused and feel sharper.
What did I
feel
miss?
pretty sharp. The lion's mane in my coffee keeps making me cough.
Is that what we've been talking about?
No, we've been talking
we were
about
doing the daycare.
I just as we were coming on air, the group text. I got a text in one of my groups saying, "Oh, 40K."
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That and the
okay.
lion's mane.
I didn't miss anything then.
No.
Is he saying?
Thank you for bringing the show, just really arresting it to a complete halt.
Is Daniel saying he would let me watch his kids, or he would not let me watch his kids?
I actually would let you watch my kids. I think you'd be pretty good.
I don't know. They might have monsters in their bottles.
It's fine. Just a little, just juice them up a little bit.
Hey.
No, but I mean, I don't know.
You walk in,
Tay-Tay's not
Bob's
a big
got-
partier. Like, he's not going to be like drunk or anything.
Yeah, true.
It's true. That is true.
He's now. Will they come home wanting to do they'll come home and they'll be forming like first take level sports takes? Yes. Like they'll come home and they'll want to talk about.
They're gonna tell you why Bluey's better than Paw Patrol.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Or how Coco's better than what was the other one that we used to debate about?
No, Coco Melon's overrated. That's
No,
what Tay-Tay
no,
told me.
no, the Disney movies, Coco and
Coco's great.
Encanto.
Encanto, yeah. I
Never
I don't think I saw Encanto. but
Coco's
I
my
saw
favorite.
You would like Coco.
Coco's my favorite Disney movie.
Look, that's what we'll do.
What does that even mean?
It's Mexican.
It was a bad Mexican joke.
We'll get the kids to teach me stuff. I've seen none of these Disney movies.
It is weird. You have a Disney
You would have
feel
so
to
many
you.
good. You would have so many good Disney takes
I
if you saw these
haven't
movies.
seen any. I haven't seen any Disney movie past like Frozen.
Oh, you need to see Coco.
If it was made after that, probably hadn't seen it.
Top 25
That
for
was a
D1.
mushroomy sip.
Top 25 for D1
sediment.
baseball.
I love my coffee
just
too
dropped.
much for that. Bo.
Oh, what do we got?
LSU still number 3. Texas A&M still number 1.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Virginia 2.
I mean, nothing
Yeah,
you do
I mean-
against Purdue Fort Wayne is going to change that.
It's all basically the same because everybody performed really well against lesser teams.
Coco Melon scientifically the worst show. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan. We had to.
Buddy, I have Coco Melon so tuned out, it can be on volume 37. I don't hear it.
I remember
LSU
breaking my middle daughter of her Coco Melon addiction like it was like heroin withdrawals.
Scratching.
Y'all had an intervention. Y'all set her down.
No, like straight
gathered
up,
around the
straight
table.
up.
I need
like,
that JJ in my life.
Yeah, no, we ripped it out. It was
She's
hard.
sitting there like scratching.
It took a couple weeks.
Next Wednesday, LSU will face their first ranked opponent in Dallas Baptist
DBU
at Arlington.
You know, everybody says LSU's DBU,
Yeah.
but
The real DBU.
I'm not sure.
They're ranked 20th.
People are talking.
We haven't been DBU in a minute.
True.
Receiver U, for sure.
Very true.
Either Ohio State or Alabama gets to be DBU now, unfortunately.
I'd lean Ohio State.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so since we're here, guys, I got to think Clemson may be a top 3 national championship favorite next year.
I mean, they got pretty good odds, huh?
Somehow.
Played some of the most freshman snaps in the country. Kay Klubnik coming back.
Third-year
Still
starter.
questions at receiver, but yeah.
But those freshman receivers look pretty damn good against Texas that last game.
In the second half, yeah.
They got a beastie line featuring 2 first-team All-Americans. I forgot they got Will Helt, the pass rusher from Purdue.
Yeah, like their first transfer ever.
Bruh. You want to talk about a new LSU O-line? You want to talk about getting thrown in the freaking deep end? You're going to Clemson, and you got to face that D-line? I hate it. I hate it, guys.
Oh, man, what are you doing? Stop.
I'm just nervous. I'm just
Go to
nervous.
church.
Look, I think it's okay to be scared this far out, and then you hype yourself up, and you say F it the closer you get. But right now, I do not like it. I do not like this. Sam, I am.
I love it. I love a challenge.
I do too. But would it be so funny if here little old Dabo After we all talked about how Clemson was done, can't hack it in the new era. And little old Dabo gets back to natty. I mean, in all honesty, again, this team, maybe outside of having like the real great skill positions that they had in the past, this team does feel the most like a Clemson championship team that he's had in a long time.
Yep. Still don't have an excuse. Still got to go win.
Yeah. No, I agree. Again, but I'm not picking LSU. I'm not. Not just because Clemson. I wouldn't pick them if they were playing Purdue Fort Wayne. I'm not doing it until they prove they can.
Right now, as we sit here on February the 17th, Clemson 2.5-point favorite.
They have lines?
They have lines, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Over the total over under is 56.5.
Is he under the play?
I have no idea.
Who knows? JV Senior says, I for real can't imagine a world where we lose to Clemson, but I also can't imagine a world where we win a season opener. Quite the conundrum. Yeah, true. I mean, guys, it is the most clear example of the price that has been paid for flying so close to the sun in 2019. You have not won a season opener since 19. It's pre-pandemic. I mean, multiple presidents over half a decade. And this is actually the toughest team going into it that you're going to face. Like, again, I think obviously Florida State year 2 is the best team that you faced without a doubt in those openers, but you didn't know it going in. Like, you know how good Clemson's going to be going into this year. It's actually insane.
I'd argue this might be LSU's best team, though, since going into the season opener.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Maybe so. Maybe, yeah. You're probably right on that. Joe LeBlanc, I'm still haunted by the Clemson loss in Atlanta and Chick-fil-A Bowl in 13. Yeah, that thing sucked. You ran 90-something plays to their 45, and you lost the game.
Looking back on that game, watching it was really bad. Jeremy Hill had a good game, like you mentioned, running all the plays. That was a really talented Clemson team looking back.
Yeah, it wasn't like DeAndre Hopkins that beat you.
DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, Martavis Bryant, Taj Boyd at quarterback. I think Andre Ellington was on that team. He played in the NFL for a number of years. That was a talented Clemson team.
Bilbis says, T-Bob, fear-mongering LSU fans, tails all this time. Okay, I mean, come on, guys. What am I, a sunshine pumper or am I a fear-monger? What the hell are we talking about? I picked them to win an opener 5 years in a row. Shut up.
And you're not going to pick them the year that they are going to win?
No.
He said that. I mean, we both said, no.
He said that leaving Vegas.
Yeah, we did.
I walked around that pool all Saturday and be like, you can get me 4, but nobody gets me 5. This is where we draw the line. And then you lost to a USC team that ended up being dog water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were kind of bad.
I mean, so did Mississippi State. UCLA wasn't anything to write home about. I mean,
true.
You talk about which Florida State team was the best. That was the only good team.
Yeah, true. You're actually right. Oh, God. All right. More OTB when we get back.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. Guys, you want the best waste removal services here in South Louisiana? The most reliable? The people who are members of your community, who actually give a damn about you, who text you the night before it's your day so you never forget to put out the trash again. Credit to me, I didn't forget this morning. But if I had Trash Rangers, I definitely wouldn't forget because I got a text. Well, if you live in Livingston and Central, you can make a switch. Make the switch to the company that has over 1,000 5-star reviews online. Probably see the red cans popping up all over your neighborhood. Remember, if you're a business owner, we got front load dumpsters that we can empty out anywhere from 1 to 6 times a week. Okay, we got you, man. Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember, bottom of the site, you can sign up for residential commercial service, also those roll-off dumpsters that we talk about. So 225-363-9053, give them a call. Tell them your project, the size of your project. They'll make sure you have the right size dumpster at the project. Go to trashrangers.com.
Family-owned and community-driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I'm going to send you this, Jake. Actually, I'm going to drop it in the doc, and Tay, you can just put this on in the background of the segment. I'm going to drop it under NFL Story of the Day. It doesn't need sound, but it's Lorenzo Neal blocking for Mike Allstott highlights.
In their Bucks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, when they're on Tampa together. Right now, it is time for a Tay NFL Story of the Day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
So I was planning on talking about Travis Hunter, but T-Bob linked this Jonathan Martin thing in the chat earlier, and we have not gotten
I want to
to
go
this
in
yet.
depth on it, but I haven't read the full article yet.
So I have it right here for you. Jonathan Martin, if you guys remember, he was with the Miami Dolphins. This was back in 2012. He was a second-round pick. In 2013, played just 7 games before seeking medical help for emotional distress.
Yeah.
Martin says reports soon came out that he had been the victim of persistent bullying and teasing by Richie Incognito, Mike Pouncey, John Jerry, the fellow O-lineman. We've heard the story.
Mainly Incognito.
Yes. Incognito was kind of the one that was highlighted. He was the ringler. He actually got indefinitely suspended for that season.
Yeah.
And it also resulted in the firing of the Dolphins offensive line coach. Well, Jonathan Martin's got a little bit of explaining to do because he recently did an interview with ESPN saying he doesn't believe he was ever bullied.
Yeah.
He said that certain people had their own read on the situation. He said that he said right here, he said, I hadn't even told my coaches. He said, I mentioned some things to my mother, and she obviously had her own read on the situation, but I always push back on the notion of bullying. He said, I hadn't even told my coaches, hadn't told anyone, and then suddenly it's on ESPN. I never believed for a second I was being bullied. It's a story I've been trying to fix for 10 years.
He said something about how he views himself as an alpha or something.
That's yeah.
So then
that actually came out like during the thing, and then he never played again in the NFL. But my question is,
why then did he go along with it, for the money?
He went along with it. And okay, first off, like, this dude's about to get the crap suit out of him for sure. I imagine Incognito missed a lot of game checks being indefinitely suspended.
Yeah, I mean, Incognito was tweeting about, you tried to ruin my life, all this sort of stuff. Eric Woods was tweeting like, you tried to ruin my boy's life.
So if you guys remember, I don't know if you saw this, about a year ago, messages were leaked between Incognito and Jonathan Martin kind of about this. And like, they were friendly text messages between the two of them. Like, it did not look like a guy
I remember
who
at the time covering the story and being like, this is the kind of, this is the ribbon that goes on in these situations.
Incognito suspended for the whole season. The offensive line coach gets fired. This guy might have to pay a pretty penny for going along with this for as long as he did. He said that he wanted to frame himself as an alpha, like you mentioned in the latest ESPN interviews.
Bro, that boat has sailed, dog. I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm not like super anti Jonathan Martin, but that boat sailed a long time ago.
He did go on to say, like, there were comments made by Incognito and others that could be considered like racial or insensitive. He's like, but it was nothing more than like, banter. He's like, I never thought I was being bullied. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Well, there was the video of Incognito that started to go viral at the time where he's saying the N-word, not with a hard R, but he's saying it like publicly, but he's with the Pouncey brothers.
Yeah, no.
It was clearly accepted within the parameters of their phrase. That's right. But it was not anything that was at the time crazy seeming for anybody that had been in a major locker.
In this, he didn't just single out Incognito. Like, he mentioned Pouncey and them saying similar things. So like, he says he wasn't bullied. He never to go along with it for 10 years. Get Incognito suspended for the rest of the year. They actually wound up cutting him. He had to go play for the Raiders, and then the Dolphins offensive line coach gets fired too.
This is a classic have your cake and eat it too moment too, because he's saying he went along with it for 10 years, but he's been trying to get it changed 10 years. I don't know.
That's what he said. I don't know how hard you tried, but
SMH is what I would say. Good job. When the Pouncey brothers give you the pass. Those are too bad.
Incognito actually posted this week after this interview came out. Mom blamed me. So Incognito believes, kind of like Martin, that like his mom maybe leaked this story. He said legacy media pushed this narrative. He quit the team. He had every right to claw back and try to get that money, but not at the expense of me and others.
Sure. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. Go Tommy's.com. You and Hardy Plank Vinyl Siding, Woodard Vinyl. The exterior home improvement experts at our Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. We got on those siding and windows. Also, remember, guys, if you want to grow the beard of your dreams, go bearded.com. GEAUN. Product's going to bring your beard to the next level. Bearded. Go Tommy's. We love you. More OTB. Ask the Bench next.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle. You're out. Whenever the heat actually comes, shut up, Pakistani Phil. You can do that with Pinnacle. We do completely custom jobs. We have excellent spec pools that you can choose from, where you get an entire booklet of different options, and you have different options within the spec pool options to, make it your own. Maybe you want to build an outdoor kitchen of your dreams, outdoor living area. The bottom line is, make your home and your backyard the place you've always dreamed. Build the memory. And that's what this is all about. And again, please look at the gallery at pecbuilt.com, and you'll see the quality is undeniable. Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
Yeah, PECbuild.com is the website. This is commercial, residential. You'll see right there on the homepage everything they can do for you. Whatever your dreams are in your backyard space, they can fill those dreams. PECbuild.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 19. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I already played it.
Long time ago.
Oh, okay, my bad. Welcome back, OTB. Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cold Curse Live, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon Lights. Guys, I was sitting there, for those listening to the radio, I was sitting there waving the laundry like, okay, play it.
Yeah.
Play the rejoin.
Like, okay, I already played
Play
it.
the
bro.
rejoin. Ask the Bench.
You come on.
Well, you watch Sweden versus USA tonight. Okay, so the U.S. hockey's playing again tonight?
Yeah, but it
I
doesn't.
am going to watch
It
this
doesn't matter. They've already locked up the championship.
I might watch a little bit of it. Ask the Bench. Favorite accomplishment of President Franklin? We talking about FDR,
gotta
I'm
be.
guessing. Again, I would say it was kind of navigating the U.S. during. I'll say this. This is what is the craziest thing about FDR to me, is even though politically him and somebody like Donald Trump are kind of diametrically opposed, they were shockingly similar in their tactics. I mean, ruthless politicians, right? You're on their side, you're good. You cross them, you're dead. Stacking courts, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, just guiding the U.S. I mean, he got elected 4 times. Ask the bench.
You know, I mean, after at Pearl Harbor, like his speech, declaring war on Japan, just one of those ones that
a day live in infamy.
And that speech did.
Ask the bench. Will T-Bob succeed in milking Archie Manning? I don't know. It's going to be tough. He's probably got a lot of security. Ask the bench is someone who's very jealous of T-Bob's lettuce. Is he like 1 month away from a full-on man bun? No, we're never going man bun again. That was a fun time for a minute, but no.
I hate a man bun.
Oh, I forgot you had to get the fade not that long ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Ask the bench. Snap say
It was
no.
like a
we're
half-ass fade.
Oh,
too.
it wasn't like a
whatever.
straight
Screw
F-boy
y'all.
fade. But
No, we're only doing snaps Tuesday and Thursdays during the offseason, guys. Did y'all see Paxton Kling balling out for Penn State?
Yes.
No, I heard that.
Paxton Kling hit a home run and had like a sick-ass play in center field, too. Like, Paxton Kling's out there thriving at Penn State.
Penn State?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's where he's from, but wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hadn't thought about Penn State baseball ever.
He's going to have to, in April, Nickelback's coming to Livingston Parish. He's going to have to take a couple days off, I guess.
JJ's going to be there.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Shout out to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Tay will be there as well because we're not being embarrassed anymore, guys. Okay, if you're suffering from ED, you don't like it's that simple. Don't settle for mediocrity in your life or your sex life. And Goodwood can help you in all regards, right? I mean, we got easy solutions to ED. Maybe you think you're low T, low energy. You just want to feel good. You want to get more value out of your workouts. All these sorts of things. Okay, guys. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness can get you back to being your best self. We're going to reach our full potential here in 2025. As we age, we're not going to go quietly into that good night, okay? We're going to rage and fight. Go to yourgoodwood.com. If you can't eat gumbo in this weather, what are you making? Chili. It always goes gumbo to chili.
God, I love chili.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 5 seconds.
No, 15, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now we have 10, 9.
Make homemade chili too. Don't like.
Yeah.
Don't buy it in a can.
All right, you're good. Look, you made it.
But now you got 5 seconds.
Okay, guys, that's all I need. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
And done.
Off the bench.